first 3 fixtures in 6 days for the shops as we travel the West Midlands to play Solihull Moors on Saturday. And we are delighted to officially announce that our Bank Holiday Monday home fixture against Morecambe will be going ahead following the taking over, all going to plan. We'd like to thank today's match sponsor, Western Automations, as well as our match ball sponsor, Marshall's Roofings. And while I've got you here, it would be rude not to give you some team news. So here are today's lineup, starting with our visitors, Eastleigh. In goal, number 1, Nick Townsend. Number 2, Richard Brindley. Number 5, Lewis Fernandez. Number 6, Teddy Eweka. Number 9, and captain inside, Paul McCallum. Number 11, Aaron Blair. 16, Aaron Pierre. 17, Josh Nordstrom. 18, Angel Warrigu. 24, Jordan Cousins. And 27, Archie Harris. The bench for our visitors is number 22, Josh McNamara. 7, Kieran Evans. 14, Xavier Messiah Edwards. 21, Tom Davis. 23, Louis Horseman, number 30, Conor Handale, and number 34, Freddie Ingram. And your shots starting lineup today: in goal, number 1, Marcus Dewhurst, number 7, captaining the side, Cameron Hargreaves, number 10, Josh Barrett, number 12, Keane Anderson, 14, Jed Meerholz, 19, Ryan Hill, 23, Paddy Gandor, 24, Maxwell Mullins, 25, Will Nightingale, 32, James Courage, and 34, Dale Teta. On your bench this evening, we have number 16, Pat Nash, 9, Kwame Thomas, 18, Gillan Ryan, 26, Joe Lewis Evans, 28, Archie Taylor, 30, Tristan Abrahams, and 38, Noah Watson. Your match officials for this evening are referee Jason Richardson. Your assistant referees are Kieran Fiddler and Richard Carter, and your fourth official is Michael Hayden. Kick off in just under half an hour. Until then, here's some more dodgy tunes.
No.
I've just been slightly distracted by something, but yeah, I'll have a look at Mo Sangare or Sangare, the first player to sign for Morecambe. Have you got a second to look? The link is on the website, the commentary link. Somebody gave me a tip at the weekend. They said if you go to National League, click on Aldershot on the table, click on Aldershot and bring up a page, you should have the link.
Oh, okay.
If it's there, that's fine. It means I won't get bombarded with it.
How do you know this?
Alright, good. Just making sure your mind is here, looking after you, sorting you out. He doesn't tell me everything, so what we need to do, we get together, we can build a whole picture. Yeah. Bloody secret squirrel. Yeah, but you'd be surprised at the torture techniques that I know about. Oh, that's it, your blood runners. Yeah, see, guys, bloody sticking together. Right, see you after. Right? That's just letting know. So, no, he's building himself up again. No, it's like, you've got to be like Iron Man, you've got to power up. You get up, power up, right? Then you move. I'll see you later. Yeah, but it's when you don't react to corners and stuff like that, then we know that you've got an issue. So, right, I'll see you later.
Sam asked him if it was a bit of a derby, is it the same? I mean, technically it has to be done it, but he said, yeah, but everyone knows who a real derby is and it will stay that way.
Thank you.
some are on their way back. Did you hear the whole thing?
Who's on their way back? Oh, sorry, yeah, I heard the whole thing, yeah. You didn't mention names, but
yeah.
I think maybe Ryan Jones, Ollie Bray, Ryan Jones, looking at some of those that were running earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all on their way back, just some slower than others.
Yeah.
Some quicker than others, yeah.
But yeah, I think Ryan back would be really helpful. And the commentary link was there.
Sorry?
The commentary link was there.
It is there, it's there, yeah. I haven't watched it. I mean, to be honest, I went on to DAZN and watched the highlights, most of which has got the commentary on, but because of this new device here, I don't know what the benefit of that device is, whether it's newer, different, better quality, whatever, but apparently at times the commentary is there and at times it isn't. So
No, I mentioned tonight.
the link was there, you're
Yeah.
telling me. Sorry, yeah, sorry Steve, thank you, appreciate that. Oh, good evening to Mike Brown, who's just confirmed that we are loud and clear on the internet. Steve confirmed the link was there, so hopefully everything should proceed smoothly from here on in. Good evening to you from a sunny EBB Stadium. I say sunny, there's only a few little slithers of sunlight left on the pitch because of the sun now obviously going down, and some of the brightness is from the floodlights which are already on for the game. The pitch, which looks beautiful by the way, I don't think Steve and I talked about it particularly on Saturday, but a bit like the good old days where we used to be take it for granted really, didn't we? But it looks lovely. There's a decent crowd building, which is a relief actually, because about 20 minutes ago it was ghostly quiet. The whole of the away sections are open for the Eastleigh fans. That's the final seating section of the blue seats in the south stand, and all along the open slab terracing, and then the section underneath the east bank. Let's hope plenty of people come to support the Spitfires tonight. I could already just now comfortably say that there's probably 200, 250 at the moment. There's probably a lot more than that behind the stand, having a drink, still coming in. We are 11 minutes away from kick-off. Steve Gibbs is as ever alongside me, just me and Steve tonight. Steve, we're not officially online yet, but for those that have bothered to tune in already, any early thoughts from you?
Well, I think looking forward to the game, and I think it's got to be a home win tonight. As Tommy has said in his pre-match, there's no point trying to put more pressure on the squad, on the team than necessary, and with a little bit of luck, a little bit of a prevailing wind, maybe cut out a few mistakes, the team could have won their opening 3 games rather than lost their 3 opening games. And we could be sitting here thinking, well, that's been a good start to the season.
Yeah,
rather than,
like Wealdstone. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than, well, that's been a bit disappointing. But there have been mitigating circumstances. There are almost as many players in the starting lineup as on the injury list. And yeah, tonight needs to be a good solid performance and a home win to kickstart the season and finally get the reward in the standings that their previous performances have maybe in parts deserved.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, and I'd also agree. I feel quite relaxed. I've gone on a few podcasts and things talking about it, and people are quick to jump on it. Oh, poor start, no points. I said I'm not concerned in the long run at all. First and foremost, we've been thoroughly entertained across the two games.
Sorry, mate. Just wondering, how you get the frequency for Are you radio broadcast?
Well, it's been to Surrey, but it's been linked.
Apologies, listeners. We'll be back in a second.
Be better going on the
104 points. Well, it's online, so if you go to the BBC website.
Don't tune into the radio. Just click on the BBC link. So on the BBC Sport website, go to National League, go to the league table, click on Aldershot, and then it'll come up.
So like when you do it in terms of delay and where companies with stats.
Okay, well,
to hear the numbers of the players.
There'll be a delay with the radio and on anything. There's always a delay.
Yeah.
It's just not on FM at all.
It's not on FM.
Right.
Oh, sorry, bud. Yeah. Apologies. I told you we weren't on fully. Hello, mate. You're right. Good evening. I told you we weren't fully on air yet, and we were just having a relaxed chat, and some fellas just come and interrupted us. No perception at all that we were on air, but never mind. He didn't. There was no malice. No malice intended. I was just saying that people are quick to. Everyone's desperate to form an opinion. This team's going to do well. That team's going to do well. This team's not. People are quick. They're ready with the knives for Aldershot, but I'm not concerned at all. I see all the things that I always look for. Am I going to be entertained? Are we going to score goals? Yes and yes. Are we going to concede? Probably yes. And so far we have done. We've scored 4, we've let in 6. I'd be a lot less happy if I was an Eastleigh fan and I'd lost 1-0 and 2-0.
Yeah.
That does not mean, by the way, especially for anyone that's listening from an Eastleigh, that makes me think that Aldershot will just win this game tonight. I think it's always a spicy game, this. The last two teams, and that counts both sides, to win this derby have massively over-celebrated. I don't know who started it, but there's been a lot of banging on dressing room walls. One team did it, then the other team did it back when they won. There's a lot of feeling amongst it. Both sides have lost both games. Both sides will be desperate to get a point or 3 to get their totals running. And the one thing we do know about Eastleigh, Steve, is they have a lot of quality in their ranks. They are in the top half, let's say, for sure, budget in the division, possibly a bit higher than that, but Kelvin Davis, who was pretty well backed last year, has been pretty well backed again. He has lost some real quality in Tyrese Shea, doesn't he? But what are your general thoughts on Eastleigh?
Yeah, I think I saw their game on Saturday against Gateshead and they were poor. Kelvin tried to say that they were good on the ball, but that was really only in defensive areas where Gateshead were happy to stand off, and it wasn't in any areas where Eastleigh were able to hurt Gateshead. They themselves didn't press. They were lacking quality on the ball. They were lacking retention, struggling to build momentum. No real end product. They had more shots than Gateshead, but you were struggling to think of a real quality chance until the final stages where they had 2 goals disallowed for offside. And from such a placid, poor performance, they could easily have snatched a draw. I would say that was only once Jake Taylor came on the pitch, and he's not yet fit from an injury. And once he came on, he really injected some desire, some passion, some steel into midfield. And I think Warue coming in to the midfield this evening for Eastleigh might well add that quality to them, because they were a little bit open in midfield, particularly for the second goal where Gateshead played from left back to right wing and there was barely a tackle. So they do need to improve massively.
I've only put it back on.
Midfield area is key where Aldershot Town, if they can win that area, if they can win the midfield battle, that will go a long, long way to winning the 3 points this evening. But you're absolutely right, it won't be a walkover. It won't be Eastleigh are on the way down. Kelvin Davis is under pressure. Yes, they've lost Tyrese Shade, they lost goalkeeper Joe McDonnell. They released, for me, that was a really surprising decision. They released Chris Maguire, who on his day was a real match winner, lots of quality. Maybe Paul McCallum is a fading force, only 9 goals last season, but his conversion rate, his goal per chance was still pretty good. And we're about to find out, because here come the teams.
Terrific, thank you. That's Steve Gibbs, former media manager at Aldershot Town. I'm Rob Worrell. Welcome to our BBC Surrey Sport listeners online, whether you're in this country or abroad. Welcome also to our NLTV viewers. Supporters of both clubs, I'm sure, watching on and listening on this evening. The shots in their home kit of red shirts, blue shorts and red socks, and Eastleigh in their blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks. Two changes for Eastleigh. I'll come to their team in just a minute, and for Aldershot it's just the one change, an enforced change, as Theo Widdrington begins a suspension for a red card at the weekend. I'm just going to turn the sound effects microphone down because that's a little bit loud at the moment. Aldershot will line up as follows: Marcus Dewhurst in goal, Meerholtz, Nightingale and Claridge in goal, Hill, Anderson, Tetek and Mullins across the middle, so Keane Anderson comes in to replace Theo Widdrington. Barrett, Hargreaves and Gandor up top. Eastleigh is, sorry listeners, it's very, very loud on the PA and I'm not used to that here at Aldershot. Eastleigh will line up as follows: Nick Townsend in goal, a back three of Aaron Pierre, Louis Fernandez, one or two players coming back into the team tonight, and Temi Owekwa. And then they will have 4 across the middle: Archie Harris on the left, Angel Waruai, Josh Lundstrom, Richard Brindley, and then Jordan Cousins playing just in front of them and behind Aaron Blair and Paul McCallum. What a tasty looking strike partnership that is, Steve Gibbs.
It is, yeah, dangerous, that classic big man, little man. McCallum, the proven goal scorer, probably as proven as anybody at this level over the last 10 years, including a rather not as successful spell here at Aldershot Town. And then Blair, the young, the hard running, the man who'll drop deep and turn and run at you, bit of pace and power. Diminutive but lots of goal threat.
And Eastleigh have turned Aldershot round. They're going to be attacking the East Bank in the first half. I don't have an issue with that. I've never had an issue with it. It's Aldershot's favourite thing to attack that end, and it's just habit, I think, that they do it the other way. I mean, they played the standard way on Saturday and lost the game 3-2, so why not? I mean, maybe even Aldershot won the toss and turned it around, who knows?
Well, maybe, but
who
yeah,
knows?
I think Eastleigh will feel that they've won the first little battle of the evening to turn Aldershot around. Clearly the Shots like to attack the home fans in the second half, but if that is a factor, then it's up to Aldershot to build a imposing lead in the first half.
Brilliant. We are set for kick-off here at the EBB, 7:45 on a Tuesday evening. Wednesday evening. Thank you, Steve, for helping me with that. 7:45 on a Wednesday evening in August. Lovely sunshine, nice cool temperature, and a bit like Saturday, we're all ready to go a little bit early. And I think the referee might be just waiting for 19:45. That's the time, not the year. that popped into my head as I was looking at the Spitfire badge just underneath it.
It is appropriate.
Aldershot are going to have kick-off towards the East Bank end in the first half. Delighted to say there's good numbers and good noise from both sets of fans here. And our referee this evening is about to get us underway. And he has done now. That's Jason Richardson. The ball's quickly played into touch. It will be a throw-in to Aldershot Town. Some 20-25 yards inside the Eastleigh half. Referee's not happy with something. I think it's where the throw is going to be taken from.
Yeah, Maxi Mullins was trying to steal a few yards down the touchline.
Okay, ball's held up, played back. Eastleigh have wrestled back possession. And the ball is in touch again. This time it will be an Eastleigh throw. Just for the benefit of our TV viewers, I will say this at least once every week. Please bear in mind that the initial purpose of this commentary is for our radio, our online listeners around the country and around the world. So you might find that I over-describe what's happening from the point of view that you're watching the pictures. But I have to do a commentary that is aimed at those who can't see that Barrett has played the ball out to Ryan Hill on the left. He's running to the edge of the penalty area, squares it across. It's put behind by the Eastleigh. Well, I thought it was the number 4. Was it
No,
6?
Richard Brindley.
It was Richard Brindley, the number 2. Thought I saw a 4 on the shirt, and there isn't one. So yeah, good work from Brindley. The corner's been taken short. Barrett's got it. Sends the ball into the box. Little header towards goal. Was by Hadi Gandor, but I think it went off his head onto an Eastleigh head. And consequently has gone behind for a second consecutive corner for the shot.
Yeah, 90 seconds in, and it's the exact opposite of Saturday, where it was Boston who started superbly. Shots in front of the East Bank, starting like an absolute train.
Barrett prepares to take the corner again. This time Hill runs away. It will come into the area. It's headed clear and it's picked up by Eastleigh, and Aldershot have got the bodies back. The numbers back 3 against 2, so they pick it up. Hargreaves gets it. He gets a buffeting from behind by Aaron Blair as well, but he goes back to Dewhurst. Determined, I'm sure, not to get picked off in possession as he was unfortunately on Saturday. Here's a ball into Barrett. Tries the volley. Oh, it's followed up. It's hit the post and come back out. Gandor's got it. Ryan Hill on the left squares it. It's behind for a third corner. And my goodness me, we've almost had another JB moment, Steve Gibbs.
Yeah, nearly the first moment for the Josh Barrett highlight reel of 25-26. Off balance, had to flick it up, create the chance himself, turn his body in midair, generate the power. Townsend was beating all ends up.
In comes the corner from Barrett. It's headed away. A massive nearly moment for shots early on there. Hill goes to ground, gets his head on it, takes contact, but Aaron Blair comes away with the ball. Meanwhile, Ryan Hill is clutching his head and he's getting to his feet gingerly, but the referee Jason Richardson had no choice, Steve, but to stop. I've got my opinion on that. Let me ask you yours.
Yeah, Kelvin Davis aggrieved, thinking that Aaron Blair should still be bearing down on Marcus Dewhurst, but rules are rules. It was a head injury, therefore the referee has to stop play. If Kelvin Davis and anybody else feels that Ryan Hill was having a little bit of a tactical injury, then that's something else. I can't tell you that that's the case.
We never know for sure, do we? I've got my suspicions on that one, but it matters not. We're approaching 4 minutes. The shots have made a blistering start. They've had 3 corners, and Josh Barrett's taken the ball on his chest and hooked a volley that we were waiting to see the net ripple, and it did what it did at the start of last season quite a lot. It came back off the woodwork.
Yeah, he had the unfortunate accolade of I think of all the players in the top 5 or 6 divisions for quite a while, he had hit the woodwork more than any other player, or I think he was level with Mohamed Salah, whoever he is.
Yeah, that's it. Him and Salah were level for a little while.
He's not bad company to be in, but not necessarily in the category that you want. But yeah, so very nearly another brilliant Josh Barrett moment.
Right. Referee Richardson has decided that he's going to play the ball back to Eastleigh. They play it down the line. Aaron Blair's got it under control. Brindley sends the ball into the area. It's hooked up in the air by Claridge, headed back in by the Eastleigh number 24, Jordan Cousins, and goes all the way through to Marcus Dewhurst. I'm absolutely certain that both these sides, or maybe not so much the managers and the players, but the supporters, will be talking about hard luck stories in the first couple of games, about ifs and buts and maybes. Here's Hadi Gandor getting down the left for shots. He's tackled strongly by the number 5, Fernandez, who's always impressed me, by the way, for Eastleigh when he's played, back in the side tonight. And he's taken a tiny bit of Gandor, a lot of the ball. It's gone behind the goal at the East Bank end, and the Shots will have their 4th corner of the opening 5.5 minutes. Barrett is going to take again. Can the Shots get their noses in front? Can they strike first here at the EBB? Ball's played short. Barrett to Tetek, and then Tetek back heels it, looking for Barrett, can't find him. Eastleigh clear their lines. Aldershot have got good shape. Ryan Hill is deepest, he picks the ball up. Big game tonight for Keane Anderson, picking up the ball. An opportunity that isn't out of sync with how he ended last season, but probably he didn't think he was going to get so soon this time round.
No, absolutely not. And yeah, Theo's
in touch for
Theo's misdemeanour, Theo's bad luck, Theo's indiscretion is certainly Keane Anderson's opportunity, and he will not let anybody down.
That's Steve Gibbs, I'm Rob Worrell, and we are bringing you National League action tonight. Hampshire derby, a long way really between the two places, but they are in the same county, so technically it's a derby, whether you like it or not. And it's always a pretty intense one, to be fair. Here's the Shots on the edge of the final third with Barrett. He's running towards the penalty area and in. Plays it inside to Gandor. He can't take it under control. Square driven across the goal by Barrett. It was a cross-come shot. I'm pretty sure that's what he was thinking. I'm going to just roll it across and hopefully Max Mullins will get on the end of it, but it just was too powerful and pacey. But a really encouraging start from the Shots. 7 minutes gone, Steve, 0-0.
It has been an absolutely fantastic start from Aldershot Town. It was just unfortunate there that the ball ricocheted inadvertently off Hadi Gandor's shin, back into the path of Barrett before he was expecting it. And that put him in an offside position, which the assistant on the far side flagged. So whether Maxie had got on the end of that or not, it wouldn't have counted, but certainly an absolutely lightning quick start for Aldershot Town.
Here's Will Nightingale just trying to make sure that Aaron Blair doesn't get there before him. In the end, he can't take any chances and he has to just tow it behind. I was Bedford Town against Telford in the National League North last night, and the game started, and 5 minutes in, the most under-hit back pass I've ever seen, which allowed Bedford to take the lead. They went on to win 3-1. Tyrone Marsh, formerly of Boreham Wood, got the other 2 goals and then got himself a second yellow for applauding the crowd as he came off. Referee thought he was applauding him sarcastically. Anyway, 8 minutes gone here. Corner to Eastleigh. It's floated in low under the bar, and it's eventually headed away, then back across goal, then headed away by Keane Anderson, away to the left. It's picked up on the right hand side by Lundstrom, twisting, turning. Still got Ryan Hill for company, trying to make room on his left. In the end, he goes back to Harris. Harris plays it inside. Gandor works hard, comes from nowhere, and shuts down the Eastleigh number 24, Jordan Cousins, and pokes it into touch. 8.5 minutes gone, 0-0. Bright lights all around, some of it from the fading sun, some of it from the floodlights. And it looks as if Cousins is going to leave. He's going to leave the throw for Paul McCallum, the man, Eastleigh fans, Spitfire fans, that you so want to be taking and getting on the end of the throws. You gain something if he takes it, and you lose something if he takes it, don't you? But there's some big guys up from the back, in the middle, and Paul McCallum sends in the throw from the right. Oh, a little header on was from an Aldershot head, I think. Thankfully, it was quite weak. It went straight back to Marcus Dewhurst. Somebody's caught him on the way, and the referee's blown for the free kick. Dewhurst no slouching going down when he feels any contact, is he?
no, and yeah, rightly so. And I think it was Will Nightingale. It just glanced off his head, but yeah, fortunately no pace or power or direction on it, and Dewhurst was able to fall on it. But yeah, you're absolutely right with Paul McCallum. You want to be on the end of any half chance. But his long throw ability is probably a weapon that Eastleigh can't do without.
Here's Aaron Blair foraging down the left-hand side. He's got the ball. He's cutting in. He's into the penalty area. He's trying a shot. There's a little deflection on it. It's headed away momentarily by Will Nightingale. And Eastleigh have picked it up on the edge of Aldershot Town's final third. And after a blistering start, first 7 or 8 minutes for shots, Eastleigh are coming back into it now. There's a strong header from Nightingale. Hargreaves can't get onto it. Hill wins it, goes down. Tetek sends it inside. Hargreaves controls it and plays it into the path of Mullins. Mullins plays it forward, looking for Gandor. Gandor is fouled. He's also been caught a little bit there, and he's just down, possibly winded, possibly just feeling a little bit of momentary pain. He's up now, and it'll be a free kick to the shots. It's 0-0. We're 10.5 minutes in, but it's been a lively start.
It has for both sides. Shots, it was only about 5 or 6 minutes, but they will feel that start deserved to put them in the lead, and now Eastleigh have had their own attacking forays. I think Aaron Pierre was a little bit unlucky there. It was a strong challenge, yes, but maybe coming through the back of Hadi Gandor.
Ball is a bit hopeful really from Mearholes. Had a really good strong 90 minutes or so on Saturday, the Bristol City loanee. On this occasion he overhits that. Gandor was a willing runner, as he always is, and it's great to see Gandor running around so freely. I was worried, a slight issue, concerned about his groin before Saturday. He ends up playing the whole 96 minutes, and I half expected to see a rotation tonight with Tristan Abraham starting, but no. I mean, there's no doubt in his enthusiasm, Hadi Gandor, and he has and he will play with knocks and injuries, and he won't make excuses. No, and he doesn't want to give up that shirt right now.
He absolutely doesn't know, and his finish on Saturday was absolutely superb from a Josh Barrett assist. And yeah, if he can replicate that form, keep that consistency, build on that start to the season, then he can be a real asset to Aldershot Town.
A familiar face and voice to us is listening and watching on. We better say good evening to him. Former Scot, Mr. Shot even. He's not a former Scot, he is still a Scot. Former Shot, Scotty Davies, whose Slough Town side played last night. It was White against Davies last night, not in the snooker, in the National League South. Not the best start, Scotty, for you, but I know you'll come storming back as soon as you can. Not the best start for the Shots either. They're looking to get their noses in front tonight if they can. It's Tetek in possession, almost overrun it. Hill picks it up. It's been won by Eastleigh. Blair plays it to Lundstrom. Early ball in. McCallum's receiving it edge of the area. He's had a heavy touch with his head. Shot comes in, and Dewhurst gets something on it. Nightingale comes out of defence. That was a great ball from Lundstrom, and Paul McCallum just struggled to cushion the touch. It came a little bit firm off his head, didn't it?
It did, yeah, and I think but for that it would have been a far better chance, and Dewhurst would have struggled far more to make that telling block. But fortunately for Aldershot Town, Marcus was able to make the block, and an excellent ball from Lundstrom. He's got superb quality in this midfield. He's had a bit of a difficult start to the season. The Eastleigh 17 gave away a penalty at Brackley, struggled to impose himself on the game against Gateshead on Saturday, but undoubtedly he's got real quality in that Eastleigh midfield.
Here's Josh Barrett on the edge of the penalty area, plays it out to Hill. It's almost cut out, and it does go into touch, and it's played there by Brindley. Aldershot take the throw. Barrett to Tetek and back. Now he switches the play out to the right. Claridge picks it up, chests it down nicely, gets to the edge of the area. He's going to try a shot. Little deflection. It's parried out, and it's Eastleigh who will clear. Good effort from Claridge. Excellent. Like that, Steve. He gets forward, gets his head down, gets the sights on, and let's fly with a shot. Good save, low down. I think it's a save you'd expect Nick Townsend to make, but nevertheless he managed to parry it enough away from any on-rushing Aldershot attackers following up.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It dissected Hadi Gandor and Ryan Hill, who were both waiting to pounce with intent, but excellent from Claridge. It opened up and he managed to keep the shot down. Sometimes the centre half, you think it's
Claridge with the ball in. Hargreaves turns it inside, or looks to. Sorry, Steve. And it's been snaffled by the Eastleigh keeper, Nick Townsend. Inches away from a perfect through ball there from Claridge. And Hargreaves is quick, but he wasn't It was just a little bit too pacey, that ball.
Yeah, I think always maybe half a yard ahead of Cameron Hargreaves. He thought he could get something onto it, but in the end he found nothing but air.
Here's Aaron Blair at the other end, from air to Blair, and a good strong tackle from Claridge, and then Anderson goes to ground on the edge of the area and slightly mistimes it, and the referee, who's positioned no more than 5 or 6 feet away, blows immediately for a free kick on the edge of the area. It's about 18 yards and 6 inches out. I mean,
about 3.
Yeah,
I think the edge of the ball is probably touching the edge of the white line that marks the end of the penalty area. I feared that the ref was going to give a penalty there, but I think the Eastleigh attacker fell inside the area, but the contact was marginally by inches outside.
Yeah, Archie Harris is the one who stands over it. He's been joined by Lundstrom now, and Aaron Pierre's having a sniff as well, but he's now gone away, and now Iwekwa comes up to join the potential headers on the end of it. Ball's clipped in to the far post. Meerholtz heads away, and now perhaps Eastleigh will be wondering if they might have had a shot there. Here's Ryan Hill switching on the afterburners, playing it down the left, plays it into Barrett, holds it up, goes back inside to Tetek. Anderson, Tetek, and now out to Meerholtz again. Off the ball, Barrett has just had a coming together with Iwekwa, who's just holding his knee. I don't know if it was a coming together or he just fell awkwardly, but he's up to onto his knees now. The ball's in touch. Mullins is preparing to take the throw, but he might just need a little bit of treatment here. He's holding just above his knee, and he's got a look of disbelief on his face, as if something's happened. I don't know if it's just a little bang. Did you see if there was a coming together with Barrett?
I didn't know.
Did he just try and twist and turn?
It didn't seem to be any contact. I think Josh was more interested in spraying a pass out to the right hand side, but yeah, my instinct was that was not an impact injury, that maybe he's tried to turn or twist and tweak something in his knee, and he was impressive against Gateshead on Saturday, and I think if he is to come off, and it is a big if at the moment, then you would think Louis Holzman will come on as a direct replacement, but Holzman has struggled at the start of this season, and I think Iwekwa's departure would weaken that Eastleigh defence.
Iwekwa's would weaken. That's a tongue twister, isn't it?
I should have realised that one before I had a run up at it.
Right, we are 17 3/4 minutes, nearly 18 through.
I think the Eastleigh physio has just given the bench the thumbs up that suggests that Iwekwa will be able to continue.
Yeah.
But he's got to wait the 30 seconds until he comes back on.
Absolutely. And we're back underway. Tetek's got the ball in the centre circle, plays it up to Barrett. He looks to turn one way, then comes back the other, gives it to Tetek. Tetek finds Meerholtz. Back through Tetek. Josh Barrett sending it out to the right side, looking for Mullins. It's headed down and away by Harris. Claridge has picked it up, sends it into the area. It's cleared away by Eastleigh, but it'll only go as far as Nightingale, who quickly feeds Tetek. Tetek to Meerholtz. Meerholtz to Ryan Hill, inside to Barrett. He's got the ball outside the edge of the area, sends it inside looking for Keane Anderson. Good touch from him. Hargreaves gets it out of his feet, plays it further wide to Claridge. Claridge gives it back to Hargreaves. Hargreaves to Mullins. Tommy would have been pointing towards the goal. They're keeping the ball really well. He wants it in. He wants it delivered. Aldershot have looked so good in this first 19 minutes, without actually delivering anything other than a thud against the woodwork from Barrett. Is a ball forward from Barrett, looking for Gandol. Can he get it under control? Well, he can, but he is offside. And credit to Eastleigh, who in that first 7 or 8 minutes, it might have rode their luck a little bit, but they stayed in the game, and it's a lot more even now than it was. And I say Eastleigh not just looking for their first point or points like Aldershot, but still looking for their first goal. And I said to you off air, it'd be ironic, wouldn't it, that they go 2 games without scoring. It wouldn't surprise me if Eastleigh grabbed one in the first 5 minutes, but it hasn't happened.
No, the Shots definitely made the positive start, but yeah, you discount a team with the likes of Paul McCallum in it at your peril.
Here is a battle on halfway. Aldershot win it temporarily. Hill plays it forward, but Fernandez will get onto it now. Plays it forward. Will Nightingale wins the header. Ryan Hill keeps it in, but only feeds it to Brindley. Brindley sends it inside. Keane Anderson goes back to the keeper, but the referee's bringing it back to say that Brindley was just caught after he passed the ball, I think momentarily. It will be a free kick to Eastleigh. We're into the 21st minute, and here at the EBB it remains 0-0. The games were pretty much split over the two nights. I'm told that's for DAZN coverage. Last night Hartlepool, Halifax and Wealdstone all won away. Wealdstone 3 out of 3. Tamworth beat Truro at home, and Carlisle and Solihull Moors drew. We'll give you a score update on tonight's games in just a minute, but here Harris is sending in this free kick to the far post. It's headed on and then poked away. Good touch from Mullins, and another good touch, and then he's shoved to the ground, and the referee wasn't 100% sure, but the assistant referee comes to perhaps his and certainly Max Mullins' rescue, flags for the foul. 21 minutes gone, 0-0 here. Elsewhere, it's the National League, of course. We've had goals. Rochdale taking the lead against Gateshead. Ebanks Landell with that goal there, and Forest Green are 1-0 up against Sutton, and it's McAllister who's got that goal. Aldershot play the ball forward. Fernandez lunges to get it, can't get there, but it goes through anyway to Nick Townsend, and we'll momentarily get a chance to catch our breath.
Yeah, it was Fernandez who very nearly got a shot away in the Aldershot town penalty area seconds ago, but fortunately Aldershot's defence closed the door just as he was about to pull the trigger. And he is a player who has played for Tommy Widrington, not just against him, in a loan at Kings Lynn when he on loan from Stevenage. Tommy will know all about him, but yeah, fortunately the Aldershot town defence snuffed out a chance really before it developed.
The ball played back to Dewhurst, sends it up towards halfway. Eastleigh will win it in the air. Brindley helps it on. Meerholtz will be favourite to get to that ball or shepherd it into touch. He does that exactly. Aaron Blair's beavering away behind him but can't get onto it. I saw Aaron Blair play in one of the last games of last season, the playoff game for Maidstone, wasn't it, against Boreham Wood. Boreham Wood prevailed on that occasion. Meerholtz sends it down the line. It's one unmarked by Lundstrom. He heads it inside to Anderson. His ball finds Fernandez, who goes back to Townsend, shut down by Hill. Tetek's have his shirt held and can't get onto it. Ball played forward, hits Nightingale, who subtly tries to carry on as if it hadn't just hit his arm. It has, of course, hit his arm. And now he's going to book. He's going to book Will Nightingale. Is it dissent?
I think for kicking the ball away.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I think as Nightingale carried on, seemingly oblivious, into the centre circle, he just played a ghost pass into the Eastleigh half after the referee had blown his whistle. Stupid.
It is a silly one.
A player the experience of Will Nightingale should know better than that.
Yeah, it's not as if the rules are different in the league that he's been playing, is it? It's exactly the same. I mean, you do get some different applications of these rules at times, don't you? But free kick is floated to the far post. It's headed back across and taken down. They might get a shot here. There is a shot. It's wide. It came in from Aaron Pierre. And with 24 minutes very nearly on the clock, it remains 0-0 here. Here's Mr. Steve Gibbs.
Decent effort from Pierre. He caught it sweetly, but always flying past Marcus Dewhurst's right-hand post. If that had maybe been a player with a better goal-scoring instinct than a veteran centre-back, then Dewhurst may have been called upon to make a save. But yeah, I think Aldershot Town still on top, still very much in the ascendancy, enjoying the better of this game, but sporadically Eastleigh have started to look dangerous, mainly from set pieces, I would say, but still they're starting to ask questions.
There's a ball played forward. It'll go all the way through to Dewhurst, who rolls it out quickly to Meerholtz. Both sides, I think, when they've got the ball, trying to play with quite a tempo. Hill races forward, loses the ball, wins it back again, gives it to Gandor, he's scurrying away down the left, he's into the penalty area, he's squaring it back. Oh, Barrett's missed it. I think there might have been a little nick off an Eastleigh player just as it was coming to Barrett, and I think that just slightly wrong-footed him. I might be wrong on that, but Gandor squared it, Barrett couldn't get it, Barrett's involved again, he's played it back to Tetek. Tetek and Anderson exchanging passes, and Aldershot are managing to create chances more freely tonight than they've been able to do in either of the first two games, where they did manage to score 2 goals but concede 3. All these little pointers and signs, we're looking for answers. A ball played into space down the right for Hargreaves, he plays it inside early, it's easily picked up by Fernandez. He rolls the ball comfortably to Cousins, and then it's played out to the left. Hargreaves tracks back, gets his foot on it, into touch, throw into Eastleigh, around about 8-10 yards inside their own half. And sometimes a scoreline doesn't tell you everything. I've thoroughly enjoyed the first 25-26 minutes, Steve.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, really good high tempo, particularly from the home side, good impetus. Aldershot Town though should be ahead. Josh Barrett, there may have been the slightest deflection, but Josh's reaction told me all I needed to know, that he was aghast that he hadn't made sweet connection with that he hadn't at least got a shot away and forced a save from Townsend. And then Cameron Hargreaves, I think Tommy Widrington was quick to tell him, Cameron Hargreaves could have taken another touch and another touch, set himself, picked his spot for a cross, rather than just playing something rather weak to the near post that was all too easily cleared. And that's been symptomatic of Aldershot Town. Lots of promise, lots of good positions, not quite the end product yet, but it will come.
Yeah, 26 and a half minutes gone, 0-0 thrown to Aldershot. It's been won by Eastleigh. Blair touches it. It's played up to McCallum, but he's been dispossessed by Will Nightingale, who does well to shake off the next player that comes as well. He's still got it. Sends it inside to Anderson. Anderson to Barrett, who's inside his own half. Plays it out to Ryan Hill, who's on the touchline. Meerholz is bombing forward now on the left. Hill ignores him initially, switches it back, goes left, then rolls it to Meerholz, who gives it back to him, and now the cross is into the far post, and it's over Archie Harris and Max Mullins, and behind the goal away to our left for a goal kick to Eastleigh. And they're in no rush to take that at the moment, but yeah, good crowd in for a Wednesday evening game, midweek. Let me just use the word midweek, and then I'll stop forgetting it's not Tuesday. All right?
Yeah, that's the best idea for everybody, I think. Yeah, it is a good crowd, and I think maybe the Wednesday, as much as it wasn't to Tommy's taste, then I think maybe that's helped, and certainly the visit of Eastleigh will have helped. Good numbers up the M3. And certainly the home side of the East Bank is very well populated.
Here's Aldershot getting onto the ball with Hill, but he just slightly overdoes it, and it's cleared away. And then Eastleigh, is that a shove by Aaron Blair? Yes, it is. I'm going to do some spectacles adjustment here while Steve just talks you through the next couple of seconds.
Yeah, Josh Barrett takes the free kick quickly, possibly a moving ball, but Aaron Blair one of the Eastleigh players is bearing down on the penalty area, gets the shot away. It's number 18, Warue, who had the freedom of the right-hand half of the Ebb Stadium and very, very nearly beat Marcus Dewhurst from 20 yards. Dewhurst was sprawling. Fortunately for Aldershot Town, the shot was a couple of yards, barely, a yard maybe, wide of the post rather than inside the post. Otherwise, Eastleigh would have scored their first National League goal of the season.
No doubt at all that Josh Barrett has come closest, but on my notepad, what I've bothered to write down, that's 3 chances for both sides now, 3 chances each. So no doubt that Eastleigh have come back into this. And there's a ball played forward, Blair's onto it, he's not given offside, he's approaching the area now, has shown good composure, he gets his shot away, Dewhurst gets a hand on it, but it goes in. And Aaron Blair has scored his first goal for Eastleigh, and Eastleigh's first goal of the season in the 29th minute, and it is Aldershot Town 0, Eastleigh 1.
Well, I think that's gone through Marcus Dewhurst's legs. There was a hint of offside. The ball was flicked on from inside the centre circle. Blair was on it. He reacted quickest, ran through. The shot didn't really have much power. but it's squirmed through Dewhurst, I suspect through his legs, and maybe it's not quite a sucker punch, but certainly against the run of play. Eastleigh have not had the best of the opening half an hour, but it's they who lead.
Well, I make it their 4th chance of the night, which is more than Aldershot now. So I think they've definitely come back more into it. They've had the last 3 chances of the game, and that one going in means that they do take the lead. They do get their first goal. The monkey is off the back, I think is the saying. I think we're still allowed to say that one.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of a blow for the Shots. It certainly won't deter them. They never ever, in any situation, and they've been a couple of goals down twice already this season, ever drop their heads. They just keep doing what they do, but it is a setback, that's for sure. Here comes Claridge over halfway, tries the ball through, that won't find its target. Hargreaves is onto it, he then plays it forward. Brindley's headed it into a bit of space, and the ball's been picked up by Barrett towards the edge of the area, then he plays it out left to Ryan Hill inside to Tetek, ball in to Gandor, trying to get it under control, but he's offside again. He's made the run and received the ball from an offside position. That's frustrating, that. If you're running across the back line, you've got to know where it is.
Absolutely, yeah. You should have more information to time your run than the defender has. If you're coming from the blind side, you should be able to time your run better. And it's good that Haddy plays on the shoulder. He only needs one of those in a night to go his way, but yeah, he's becoming a repeat offender, and he needs to time his run better.
Boreham Wood are ahead against Braintree. Norris has chucked one in. Forest Green have doubled their lead. They are now 2-0 up. Moore Taylor with the second goal. Against Sutton United. Is Aldershot playing the ball forward. It's cleared up and away by Fernandez. It'll bounce just underneath. It'll land just underneath the North Stand roof. Well caught. If that was 100 cricket, they'd be making a big meal of that now. But it is a great big football, and it was coming right at him. So he'd done the most sensible thing, which was to catch it. The throw-in's been taken. It's been played across, played back to Dewhurst. Now Dewhurst to Claridge. One little conundrum Aldershot might have to deal with is the fact that Eastleigh, who hadn't scored yet this season, have now scored away from home. So they may choose to make adjustments at half time that make it harder for Aldershot to break through. Here's Barrett on the edge of the penalty area. You know he wants to come back onto his right foot. He does. Plays it to Tetek out wide left to Ryan Hill up against Brindley. He fakes to go. Brindley buys it, comes back on his left, sends the cross in. Mullins heads it backwards. Hargreaves helps it on towards goal, and it's just wide, and I don't think that's, whatever he did, it wasn't what he was trying to do, Steve.
No, I think he was trying to hook a shot on goal, but he was closed down, and the shot was half blocked even before it had left Cameron's right boot. But yeah, certainly the shots won't be deterred at going a goal down, but what it does give, as Blair is running onto a back header from Nightingale and he clashes with Dewhurst, the pair end up in a little bit of an embrace on the floor.
He's landed a little bit awkwardly there, Dewhurst, yeah. So we need to keep an eye on that one. While we do so, we'll mention that Pat Nash is on the bench for Aldershot Town. He's getting up slowly. Kwame Thomas, Keane Anderson, Kiban Rye, Archie Taylor, Tristan Abrahams and Noah Watson. I would say that despite the fact Aldershot have got 9 or 10 players out, they have still got a pretty strong bench there. Sorry, I'm looking at Saturday's. I beg your pardon. I'm looking at Saturday's.
Joe Lewis Evans has come onto the bench.
Yeah, Nash, Thomas, Rye, Joe Lewis Evans, Archie Taylor, Tristan Abrahams, and Noah Watson. So Joe Lewis Evans has come on because to the bench because obviously Anderson's onto the pitch, replacing the suspended Theo Widrington. Here's Aldershot coming over halfway on the left with Mearholes, finds Hill back to Tetek now across to Claridge, who's always willing to get forward, loves that, really, doesn't he? That. Finds Mullins, drills across in. Is it a deflection? He appeals for the corner. The assistant referee flags that it has gone straight out of play and that it is not a corner, it's a goal kick to Eastleigh, who lead by 1-0. The goal coming round about the end of the 29th minute. I don't know whether you timed it as the 29th or the 30th, Steve. But
I didn't. I think, yeah, it was on the cusp. But yeah, I think certainly, as I was saying, Aldershot Town won't be deterred by going a goal down. But what this does give is Eastleigh something to defend, and with I think their defence is more solid than their attack is creative, and now they have something to defend, so they can sit back knowing that if they don't concede, then they win this game. And yes, there's a long way to go yet. There's 2/3 of the game left, but it just gives them a little bit more cushion to sit back and soak up a bit of pressure.
Paul McCallum is going to set up here for another long throw. Level with the edge of the Aldershot Town penalty area. The centre backs are up, and in comes the ball. It's headed away by an Aldershot player. Tetek almost gets onto it, and then he swivels well and gets onto the next ball. Plays it into Hill. Hill to Barrett. Barrett is going to switch the play out to the right, where Anderson and Mullins are going for it. Anderson can't get there. Play on, says the referee. I thought I was about to hear the whistle blow for an infringement. It wasn't given. Tetek picks the ball up and clips it out to the left to Josh Barrett, who's got the most freedom, probably position-wise, for Aldershot. He can play on the back line. He can drop deep. He's been dropping into pockets on the left a lot, hasn't he, in the first half. 36 minutes very nearly gone now. Yeovil have taken the lead at home to Brackley. Aldershot player Claridge plays it up towards Hargreaves. Good turn from him on the edge of the box. Plays it inside to Tetek. Tetek plays the ball to Barrett. Barrett tries for a 1-2, gets it back. Deflection, cleared away behind for a corner by Fernandez. And Aldershot are knocking on the door again, Steve.
Yeah, it was really good, quick interchange of passes there. Barrett initially threatened to shoot, then went for the 1-2, hit it first time, and that looked like it was going to wrong foot the goalkeeper into the far corner. Very similar to Hadi Gandor's goal on Saturday, but Fernandez got a vital block in, and it's only a corner.
In it comes from the right, headed down and away by Eastleigh. Barrett will get to it first and play it back to Ryan Hill. He's going to send it into the far post now, looking for Mullins. Mullins gets up. There is a knockdown, but Eastleigh will volley it clear up towards Blair. Hill positioned himself well. Blair's pulling him, virtually trying to pull the shirt off his back. Referee gives the free kick. Aldershot take it quickly. Tetek out to the left. Can Barrett keep that in? He can. He comes up against his man Lundstrom now, sends it across to the back post. Mullins is there. There's a little deflection. There might have been a foul. Nothing's been given. It's been cleared away. Meerholz cushions his header to Ryan Hill. Hill advances, waits for Meerholz going on the outside of him, and then he goes back to Tetek. Meerholz back to Hill. Little clip ball over the top. Tetek sends the ball in to the far post, and it's caught by the goalkeeper Nick Townsend, who goes down, lays on his back, and catches his breath a little bit as well. He might possibly be winded, or it might be a strategic timeout. You never know. 37 minutes and 45 seconds gone. Aldershot Town 0, Eastleigh 1. Pretty even game, but the only stat that counts is the goal that Eastleigh have got.
Yeah, but I think, as Tommy Widrington has said in the first couple of games, and as is absolutely the right case, it's not the result that matters, it's the performance. And Aldershot Town have been more than good enough this evening. They can't let the deficit dishearten them, but they will keep creating chances, and in time you'd have to hope they've got enough attacking quality that they will take one. But certainly it does just give Eastleigh that little bit of breathing space and impetus.
Yeah, 100%. This is a strategic timeout, Steve, isn't it?
Yeah,
no
I
questions
so.
about it. It's an annoying, irritating part of the game, and all sides do it, so I've got no qualms with Eastleigh. Just while we got this break in the play, somebody's asked me to give someone a special mention. So Tracy Kent Elsley has messaged me and said, please could you give a shout out to my daughter Caitlin Kent in America. I'm sorry for being a bit cheeky to ask again, but she's just had surgery this morning and is now at home recovering, and I have surprised her with a year's description to watch all the Shots game on DAZN. So I wondered if you could send her a get well soon if you can spare a minute. Well, the minute has appeared miraculously, Tracy, just a couple of minutes after you sent your message, so there you go. Recover well, Caitlin.
Indeed, get well soon, and I hope that the subscription to watch the Shots doesn't lead to more medical attention.
Is head tennis in the middle of the park. Eastleigh have got it. Archie Harris volleys it forward, and Aaron Blair somehow outwits Claridge. Claridge is going back to try and make amends now. Blair's up and down the wing, plays it back to Waruai, who shows a bit of skill, tries to get his cross in, does get his cross in. McCullum gets there at the near post and ends up inadvertently heading it on. Dewhurst snaffles it. I get a little bit longer to pronounce the word McCullum, which isn't that difficult. We've been pronouncing it for years. He's worn the red and blue of Aldershot Town as well. And he generally scores against them, a bit like the Shop who scored at the weekend. Free kick to Aldershot on halfway. Linnell John Lewis, whoever he plays for, he scores against Aldershot. And Paul McCallum's record against the Shot is pretty good, Steve.
It is, yeah. And those two strikers have been making National League defences look rather silly for more years than I'm sure either of them care to remember. But yeah, McCallum didn't have the best season last year, but his conversion rate was still pretty decent. He's still a danger.
Always a danger. He doesn't even need to look like he's in the mood or he's on his game. Is that a foul? No, it's a very good tackle, and then it's won back by Hadi Gandor, who's fouled for a second time, and this time referee Richardson gives Aldershot the free kick just outside the left-hand side as we look at it from Aldershot's point of view. In fact, it's been pulled a bit further away now, so that might just take any thoughts of Barrett having a pop from there, but you never know what that man's capable of.
Yeah, the distance and the angle does look a bit prohibitive for a direct shot, but I'm not Josh Barrett.
No, exactly. 1-0 to Eastleigh into the last 4 minutes of the half, plus whatever's added. Tetek and Barrett stand over this free kick. 2 men in the Eastleigh wall. Barrett sends it in. It's headed away by an Eastleigh player, and then Aaron Blair chases it. Keane Anderson jumps first and wins it. Ryan Hill plays a bit of an up and under to the edge of the area. That's won by an Eastleigh player, but an offside is given against an Aldershot player, and it will be a free kick to Eastleigh. He'll probably be very, very happy, Steve, to go in at the break 1-0 if that's what they do. I absolutely would not say it's smash and grab, because they've had their 3 or 4 efforts on goal, the same as Aldershot, and they've taken one of theirs, and fair play to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, though, they've had a helping hand. Aldershot Town have, to some extent, been the authors of their own downfall. They allowed Blair to run in behind to a flick, and then Marcus Dewhurst wasn't able to make the save as the ball squirmed through him. But
is Eastleigh coming down the left again? Waruai, I think it is, on the edge of their twist turns, ends in the cross. It's headed away by Ryan Hill, who's back there, taken down nicely by Hargreaves, who's got the ball down and then plays it off the Eastleigh player, and it goes behind for a goal kick to the Shots. Hargreaves doing what Hargreaves does, just working very industriously, getting his head down and playing. He's had an unfortunate start to the season. He was magnificent last year, many people's player of the year. I think it might have been about 15 games in before he made his first mistake, and he's had a couple of difficult moments at the start of this season. Scored an own goal in the National League Cup game as Hadi Gandor fouls at the other end, and then was robbed in possession on Saturday. But he's a good professional, and he'll know that all he needs to do is focus on the process, keep doing what he does so very well, and better times will be ahead for him, because
absolutely,
he's a terrific player.
He is, yeah. And it was excellent news when he extended his contract, and I saw him after the Brighton game last week in the car park behind the East Bank, talking to his dad, who's got so much experience in football. And I'm sure the message from Hargreaves Senior would have been, don't let it affect you, keep doing what you're doing, and you will more than make up for any individual errors that you make. Because I said it last Tuesday, he, along with Ollie Harfield, he has been Mr. Consistent in this Aldershot Town team. 7.5 at least out of 10 every single week, pretty much guaranteed.
Here's Aaron Blair battling away against Will Nightingale, who's up to toe the ball into touch. We've got 1 minute plus whatever's added at the end of the first half. Dangerous little period here for the Shots. They've played well, they've not managed to score. Barrett's thudded the woodwork, as he tends to do. They've gone a goal down, and here they are in the final moments before half-time, and Eastleigh are just having a little forage at their end and to see what they can do. I'm not sure. McCallum's not taking the long throw this time. I think it's Harris. It's chested down by Warua. He sends it back out to Harris, who sends it across to the far post. Headed away by Anderson, but it's quite weak, and Aaron Blair's got it, and he goes past him. Tries to get the cross in. Anderson cuts it out. I can't... Is it maybe the first or second corner for Eastleigh? I don't know if you're noting them this evening.
I'm not, no, but
it's definitely the one that Will Nightingale put behind us. At least two, isn't it?
I would think the second, maybe the third. But yeah, a weak defensive header from Keane. Should have cleared his lines better, but did well to recover and make the block.
Well, unless Aldershot are going to score in added time, and there's 5 minutes of it, then the East Bank's not going to be seeing one today. Here's a cross into the far post, header over the bar at the back end. 5 added minutes. It'll be a goal kick to Aldershot Town. And was it Aaron Pierre?
It was Aaron Pierre.
Aaron Pierre up the back who headed wide. Aldershot giving it away, but they've got it back again. Ball's played into Tetek. They're in front of their own area at the minute. Just lost a little bit of their impetus that they had.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Since Eastleigh scored, Aldershot Town have gone backwards a little bit.
Here's Hadi Gandor battling away with Fernandez. He does well actually to win it and holds it up now. He did really well to get there, but now he's played it inside and Fernandez has got it back. Played up to Lundstrom. Lundstrom helps it on towards McCallum. McCallum goes down. Referee thinks he's tried to kid him with the foul. Doesn't give it. Aldershot continue the move, but Eastleigh drop another man back, and Meerholz carries on down the left. He's got McCallum with him. He tries to get the cross in. McCallum blocks it into touch for a throw, and we're a minute and a quarter into a minimum of 5 added minutes. Can the Shots get what they would certainly feel would be a deserved equaliser in this first half, or are they going to have to go looking for an equaliser and possibly more at the High Street end in the second half? Ball's played off McCallum again. This time he knew not much about it. Into touch. Throw in has got to be taken again from the right place. The referee hasn't turned it over, I think. And now we've got the multi-ball system chaos going on, which is designed to keep the game flowing, but I'm hearing around the country it's been used quite a bit already to slow things down.
Yeah, not surprised.
It actually at one point last night ended in a red card for the bench at Bedford. Here's Tetek ghosting onto a ball. Can he get it in? No, but he can win Aldershot Town another corner. I think it's their 6th of the half. And we are 2 1/4 minutes into a minimum of 5 added. They're setting up to take it short. They take it short. Barrett to Tetek. Tetek now gives it back to Barrett. Sends it inside to Hill. Hill, is he going to try a shot from distance? He does. It comes off an Eastleigh player into the path of Tetek. He sends it to the far post. Header down and wide. Claims for handball. Nothing given. Goal kick to Eastleigh. And Aldershot Town have been denied a spot kick at the East Bank end, just as they were 2 or 3 times in the 96th minute on Saturday, Steve. They can't buy a bit of luck at the moment.
No, I think it was Archie Harris who was at the far post. Vehement claims for handball, fell on deaf ears with referee Mr. Richardson, but we've seen a couple of times Dan Tetek breaking into that advanced left channel to really good effect, combining with Barrett and Gandor and Hill being that extra man. And that was a good cross from him, but Shots couldn't quite convert.
Here's a ball over the top, and again Aaron Blair has broken the lines. Shots have got players back this time with less than 90 seconds of the added time left. Aaron Blair's turning Claridge one way than the other. Now he's sent it in. It's picked up on the edge of the area. Ball into the area to Lundstrom. He plays it across the goal. Wasn't quite sure where he was. I think he thought he was stabbing it towards goal, but he stabbed it wide. We are 48 minutes and 45 seconds gone. And it remains Aldershot Town 0, Eastleigh 1.
Yeah, so very nearly. I think if Lundstrom had known where he was, if he'd got his bearings, Shots might find themselves 2 down, because that was really neither a cross nor a shot from the Eastleigh midfielder.
Pretty even first half. Both sides have had little passages where they've created chances. Aldershot began the best, then Eastleigh came back into it, and with their 3rd or 4th chance they actually got the lead, and then it's been a little bit scrappy, even Stevens since then. but a lively game. Plenty of half chances. Here's Aldershot coming across halfway. Barrett's got it. He's got 30 seconds-ish left, or Aldershot have. Hill's got it on the left-hand side. Approaches the penalty, plays it into Barrett. Barrett looks to go one way, but you know he's going to come back. Tries a shot, that's blocked. Keane Anderson sends it back into the path of Hill. He's just into the edge of the area. He squares it across. Claridge plays it first time. It's cleared away. Headed on by McCallum. Claridge heads it back in. Headed away again by Eastleigh. Claridge is onto it. Finds Mullins literally in the final seconds of the 5 added minutes. Here's Tetek running onto the ball. And then he turns and comes back, twists and switches it out to the left. Is there time for one chance? No, there isn't. Aldershot have taken too long to create it. The half-time whistle's gone. A lively half, but Eastleigh winning at the moment with the only goal of the game, leading at the moment, I should say, 1-0. Steve, your thoughts on the first half as a whole?
Yeah, a really good half. Lots of positivity. Aldershot Town should be on the score sheet, but Eastleigh are the only team so far that have managed to convert one of their chances, and since that goal, albeit against the run of play it was, Eastleigh have grown into the game. That goal has definitely given them confidence and impetus. Aldershot Town, in contrast, having started so positively, have got a little bit sloppy. We said that going behind wouldn't allow that to halt their momentum, to knock them off their stride. Unfortunately, to some extent it has. They've gone backwards, they've lost a little bit of their quality, but overall they've been more than good enough in the first half that you think they can absolutely come back in the second half and get something from this. But Eastleigh now got the lead, got something to defend, and with that 5-man back line and solid midfield, which I think is built to be defensively solid as well, they could prove to be hard to break down.
Thank you very much, Steve Gibbs. I've been Rob Worrell. We'll be back with you for the second half here at the EBB. Half-time scoreline: Aldershot Town 0, Eastleigh 1. A goal coming in the 29th minute from Aaron Blair.
And Yeovil 1, Brackley Town 0.
Yeah, so a late equaliser right on half-time from Braintree at Boreham Wood.
First place, winning £100, is ticket 83444. Second prize with £50 is 84081. Third prize with £35 is 83483. We also, when the teams are coming out, we'd also like to once again thank our match sponsor Western Automation, as well as our match ball sponsor Marshall's Roofing. Second half kickoff coming shortly.
Sorry, I forgot. 3 or 4 times I've meant to ask you to see if you're able to do the post-match like you normally do on a midweek. So I can get that 10:04.
Yeah, I can do.
I'd appreciate that, thank you. So how are we doing? Well, we had a fair bit, haven't we, of 5 minutes in the first half. Yeah. It could get a little bit tight. If everything actually proceeded on time, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to get one done before I go, but 10:04 means I've got to be packed up and out of here by 10:02. Rarely comes out, I've got to say. Probably something about the fact that Woking and Aldershot got 0 points between them. Oh. Okay. Must have been. Good work. Interesting half-time message in from John Moore, who sometimes joins the commentary when Aldershot play Woking, and he joins the commentary a lot at Woking. Coming from a Woking fan, he says, "Hi Rob, watching on TV, looked like a handball to me right at the end, not shown any replay though." And I just wanted to mention, listeners and viewers particularly, you might see the odd replay, we don't unfortunately. So yeah, we only get the one look at it. And you know, incidents down at the East Bank end where there's a lot of bodies in there, it's almost impossible to tell from here, Steve, isn't it? We're 10-15 yards inside the other half, and often looking through 8 or 10 bodies we just can't see. But interesting to my mind, if a Woking fan A, thought that it was handball, and B, then bothered to message me as well, it probably was. But then it could have been a handball, and then another series of rules come into play. Did it come from not a very long distance away? Did it deflect off another body part? It just all gets a bit confusing. But anyway, Eastleigh are out for the second half. And they lead by 1-0. That goal coming from Aaron Blair, who got his and Eastleigh's first goal of the season. And not just his first goal of the season, but his first goal for Eastleigh, because he signed a course in the summer from Maidstone. Up top with Paul McCallum, who's had a quietish game, but means nothing. He can still hurt you in a moment, and he's done it countless times before. A little story that I might have shared on air before, but probably not when Eastleigh were playing. Self-explanatory there, Aldershot coming out. I went, followed for the NL Full-Time podcast, England's Seas game in Wales last year in March, and had the opportunity to go and watch them train and do set-piece training. And the quality on the day was not very good. The ball ended up in the net just twice. Both times it was Paul McCallum. The only one that scored from set-piece training. He did it twice. And it reminded me on that day of how he can be... he's got the captain's armband on as well tonight. How he can be like that. He can ghost in and out of the game. You might not see him for large parts, but then he can hit you and hurt you. And he's done it on many, many occasions. But Aldershot Town need to focus on what they can do at the other end. Can they get themselves back in this one? They have been 2 goals down in each of the opening 2 matches and come mightily close to picking up a point. But at the moment, nothing to show for it. They line up as follows in the second half. With Dewhurst in goal, Mearhole, Sky, Nightingale and Claridge the back 3, Hill, Anderson, Tetek, Mullins across the middle, Barrett, Hargreaves supporting Gandour. Eastleigh have given it away, Mullins clears forward, up to Kahadi Gandour. He sends it out left to Ryan Hill, who's got a little pocket of space. Eastleigh quickly getting bodies back. He's carrying the ball to the edge of the penalty area, finds Barrett. Barrett onto his right foot, sends in a ball, and it's headed up in the air by Fernandez. as Gandor was interested. Headed on again. Headed back in from Keane Anderson, headed back out from Eastleigh, back in from Tetek, finds Hargreaves to Tetek out wide to Claridge. Claridge is going to send a ball in, that should be easy enough to clear away by Fernandez, but he clears it of all people to Josh Barrett. He's got the ball on the edge of the penalty area, finds Ryan Hill. Hill on the corner of the penalty box, sends in the cross, headed up in the air, Hargreaves was there, keeper comes and collects the second ball. But vital wins in their own area, Steve, from dangerous balls played in from Eastleigh. Good balls. The players sending them in can't do much more, but Eastleigh are positioning themselves well and they're getting their head on it first.
Exactly, that's what we highlighted at half-time, that Eastleigh now have that lead to defend. That's what we highlighted at half-time, that Eastleigh now have that lead to defend. Cameron Hargreaves so very nearly in. He was waiting to pounce until Luis Fernandez interjected, got that vital header before the ball dropped to Cameron Hargreaves. Shots started the second half, maybe not quite as well as they started the first, but pretty impressively nonetheless.
Good bit of pressing from McCallum there. He's won the ball back for Eastleigh, and Aaron Blair's bombed forward on the right hand side. He's immediately checked. It'll be a free kick at least to Eastleigh, and Meerholtz may well be going into the book as well, Steve. He is indeed. So that's two of Aldershot Town's three centre-backs now on a yellow card. Don't think any yellows have been shown to Eastleigh players so far in this game. This free kick is out as Eastleigh look to attack the East Bank end, out on their right side, just outside, I mean inches, if not a foot outside the penalty area again.
Yeah, and that was Jed Meerholtz had given the ball away, and that's what allowed Eastleigh to build that counter-attack. And then as Blair tried to cut in between Meerholtz and Hill, Meerholtz just brought him down, brushed him as he strode past, and that was worth a yellow card.
Okay, referee blows his whistle. Eastleigh set up for this set piece. 1-0 up, a lot of movement in and out of the box. They're waiting, and eventually they're going to send it in left-footed. Oh, it's a brilliant header at the far post from the number 16, Aaron Pierre. Escaped his man, powerful header. Not a lot of chance really for Dewhurst, and Eastleigh double their lead 3 minutes into the second half. Aldershot Town 0, Eastleigh 2.
Yeah, in the end all too simple. Pierre managed to not so much ghost as just barge past Maxi Mullins, and in the end it was a point blank header, a couple of yards, a bit of an angle outside the far post, but a very good header, powerful header. Dewhurst had no chance. Aldershot Town given themselves a mountain to climb, and from nothing, shots again like the first half, had started the second half well, make a couple of silly mistakes, and suddenly they find themselves 2 goals down.
Very good evening to Big Tony Shot, who's listening in. Hope that listening in for the second half might change the Shot's luck, but it hasn't. They've conceded pretty much about a minute after his message to say he's listening. And Aldershot's disappointing start to the season goes on. Shots 0, Eastleigh 2. Keane Anderson is fouled after he's released the ball, but nothing's given, and Eastleigh have still got it with Lundstrom. Slots the ball in, McCallum's got it in the penalty area, the flag's gone up, McCallum's put it into the net. Could have been game done and dusted for Eastleigh there, but I don't know about the offside. Obviously the assistant referee gave it, the referee's blown his whistle, and Eastleigh might feel a little bit frustrated, but Steve, there was a clear foul on Keane Anderson before that wasn't given, and we would have been tearing our hair out if Eastleigh had got a third there, because it would have been unjust given the foul that was crucial, because Aldershot then lost the ball immediately after that.
Yeah, I think the assistant's flag did go up really quickly.
Sorry, that could have been a foul on Gandor. It's not given. Similar incident at the other end. Foul not given. Aldershot, Gandor was probably fouled, but nothing was given. But the ball ran to Barrett on the left side. He sent the cross in, and as he did so, the flag went up for offside. And the frustration continues here for the Shots. The frustration Eastleigh have felt over the opening 2 games of the season may be on its way to ending. They lead 2-0. We are 5.5 minutes into the second half, and they've not got just their first goal of the season, they've doubled it.
Yeah, exactly the start to the second half they'd have wanted on the score sheet, give themselves a bit of breathing space and increase the nerves, the anxiety, the frustration amongst everyone of a red and blue persuasion here tonight. Shots would have wanted to get back into this as quickly as possible, but the last thing they wanted was to concede so soon after the break. And now they've given it away so cheaply.
Yeah, giving it away easily in midfield. Lundstrom's picking it up now. He's bombing forward. He's got 4 players around him, but no one's shown him a tackle. In the end, he tries a shot. It comes off Will Nightingale, and Eastleigh will have themselves a corner. And all of a sudden, you know, from a pretty even game, Eastleigh have doubled their lead, and now they're piling on the pressure, and they've got a corner. And meanwhile, Gary Michael Dean, we'll have to let this go, Gary, but he said he was watching on DAZN, enjoying the commentary, but definite penalty for handball on half-time. I mean, look, Eastleigh fans will think Aldershot are clutching at straws. It wasn't given. We go on. 2-0 Eastleigh now, and a corner at the East Bank end. Important that the Shots fans, as they will do, and they have, and they are doing, stick with the team. In comes the corner, hooked in towards the far post, and McCallum gets something on it. Then it's hooked back across the goal. It's still in play, and it's been chested down, sent in again. Another header down and in, and it's all too easy. And this time it's Awika who's got it for Eastleigh. 3-0 up in the 52nd minute, and Aldershot Town are pierced again.
Yeah, it's a free header again. You can't give one of the big centre halves like Awika a free header like that, but the build-up was a freak occurrence. A deep cross, hooked haphazardly back across goal, almost certainly going out of play, but it didn't. Aldershot Town switched off, Eastleigh didn't. Excellent delivery, back into the middle, and then Awika was given a free header at the far post. The goal shouldn't have happened, the ball should have been out of play, but Aldershot Town switched off, and now Tommy Widrington immediately responds. 3 Shots players, Thomas, Abrahams and Taylor, all looking like they're coming on. It's a long way back from here.
Aldershot Town, you love a mountain to climb. They've had one in each of the opening 2 games and almost got to the precipice. Well, they got to the precipice, but they're not at the top. But now, this is bringing back memories now to Aldershot being 5-0 down at home to Eastleigh a couple of seasons ago and getting back to 3-5. Ball into the area, Hargreaves is almost there, takes the ball and he's given the penalty. And for me, Steve, he's not given the penalty. I
think he's given it.
No, you and I are united in agreement that we weren't sure it was, but anyway, Hargreaves has run onto the ball, he's invited the contact, the tackles come in, the referee's a lot closer than we are, and he's given it. And it's Ryan Hill who's got the ball in his hand at the moment. The foul was on Cameron Hargreaves, and Aldershot Town, having just gone 2 and 3-0 down, have got a very early opportunity here to get themselves on the score sheet. It is indeed going to be Ryan Hill. Hands on hips, relaxes, steps back, comes forward, finishes with aplomb. Nick Townsend goes the wrong way. Ryan Hill has his first goal in a Shot shirt, and the potential comeback once again, Steve, is on.
Yeah, not a penalty for me. Cameron Hargreaves, if there was any contact, and it was very, very slight, with Hargreaves' left foot and the defender's right foot, Hargreaves made the most of it. You can't blame him for that at all. Boy, how the Shots needed that. They were dead and they were buried. This game was done and dusted, but now an excellent penalty from Ryan Hill has given the Shots the slightest lifeline, and now the cavalry is still coming.
So Kwame Thomas on, Archie Taylor on.
Kwame Thomas is already on.
Yeah.
Anderson and Mullins have just gone off.
Yeah.
And I think it was
Kwame Thomas.
Archie Taylor is on at right wing back.
Also coming off is number 12, Keane Anderson.
Yeah, Keane Anderson off, and that's the 2. It looks like Tristan Abrahams is still awaiting his introduction.
Aldershot Town 1, Eastleigh 3. We have our traditional 4 goals at the EBB with 34 minutes still to go. We love a bit of footballing chaos here at the EBB, don't we? And we get it most weeks. Aldershot love a mountain to climb, and we get that quite often too. Here's Eastleigh in possession now. Lundstrom, gloves are off, innit? If it's a boxing match, it's just all in now. Here's Claridge winning the ball, flicks it on to Hargreaves. Hargreaves whips the ball round the corner, be chased by Gandour, is headed back towards goal by the scorer of the second goal, Aaron Pierre. Steve, in the moment, I think it would have been obvious to our listeners and viewers, in the moment, we were rather surprised the penalty was given.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you don't know, the referee was closer. I don't know if it was a bit of a sympathetic penalty for Aldershot, who played pretty well and found themselves 3-0 down. You kind of almost think, if that's 0-0 or 1-0, does that penalty get given? Do you know what I mean? The referee has to give his decision on merit.
Yeah, absolutely. Merit and merit alone. Things were happening so quickly. Hargreaves made such a... McCallum just ghosts off his man and
gets a header in,
but it's
very high.
Too much power on it, and it's over the bar. But yeah, things were happening at such pace. Cameron Hargreaves made a really positive break into the box, felt maybe the slightest contact and went down, and at that sort of pace it is easy to lose your balance.
Yeah, Aldershot have lost the ball on halfway. Tetek's just caught his man there, Lundstrom. He might well get another yellow here. Was a little bit cynical, and we called that right. Yellow card for Tetek. He can have no complaints at that one. Player got away from him, pulled him back to stop the counter-attack, and it's a yellow card for Tetek now as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. You can't add anything more to that.
Aldershot have lost their first 2 games of the season by 3-2. So you could argue that based on current form we do another Aldershot goal, but of course everybody of red and blue persuasion would like a couple at least. Here's Lundstrom, who's really coming into the game in this second half. He's going down the left, sends a ball in. Dewhurst is quickly off his line and gets to that, and now Aldershot will kick it long, and they'll have 2 against 3, but it's brilliantly brought down by Richard Brindley, and he sends it inside. Now they send it out to the left. That's a terrible pass. Goes straight into touch, and Archie Taylor will get onto it.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Taylor in the minutes that he's had in the first team.
Yeah, he got an assist
far this season. I think he
got an assist,
started really well.
He had a
looked
goal.
Solid defensively and really dangerous going forward.
Yeah, he got an assist when he came on Saturday, and he also had the ball in the net. And I don't think we quite realised at the time, but it probably should have counted. A lot of people have pointed out the footage of that one. Here's Meerholz with the ball over the top. That's too straight. That'll bounce once and go through to Nick Townsend. Time check for you listeners. 59 minutes is on the clock now. So 31 plus whatever's added. And talking of 3s and 1s, that's the scoreline as well. Aldershot Town 1, Eastleigh 3. Good headed winner from Will Nightingale. Ball headed down by Ryan Hill. Backwards, cleared forward by Meerholz. That'll be easy for Awika. And ball's played there for Aaron Blair to compete for, but Nightingale cushions the header to Meerholz, who finds Tetek. Does his little pirouette. We see a few times, and now he's going to send the ball, or he looks to send the ball out to the left, but he got it all wrong. He sent it straight to Angel Waruai, and Eastleigh start another attack across the back. Cross comes in, McCallum flicks it on, and it's picked up by Blair, who's almost got through. It's played back by Archie Taylor to Dewhurst. One in the air by Eastleigh. They've got it again. Archie Harris sends it inside to Waruai. He exchanges passes. Good challenge tackle from Hargreaves. Played forward, cut out by Archie Taylor. And then Kwame Thomas, a little shove. Nothing given for it. Ball goes loose and it's picked up by Ryan Hill. Is he fouled? He is on halfway. Free kick to the shots. And the Eastleigh number 24, Jordan Cousins, shows a little bit of common sense. He's about to pick the ball up and he leaves it. because if he'd delayed the restart, he'd have been shown yellow. And good to see a player showing they're learning from that sort of thing. Here's Archie Taylor in possession, plays the ball down the line. Archie Harris, his fellow Archie, puts the ball into touch. Taylor realised no one else is going to take the throw, so it'll be him. And they need a little bit of support. Who wants the ball is the shout from the North stand in front of us. Josh Barrett does, stands on it, plays it back to Hargreaves. Hargreaves to Taylor, Taylor to Gandor. Gandor round the corner to Taylor again, who's got past his man and then brought to the ground. Free kick to the Shots, and Eastleigh are going to get a yellow card, are they? 3 yellow cards to Shots so far. Referee's explaining himself. He's saying that's not where the free kick is, quite rightly, but I think he's got his card out and he's showing it to Pierre, I think, Steve. That's my guess anyway.
I'm not sure. It was waved in the general direction either of Aaron Pierre or Archie Harris.
Okay.
But I thought initially the foul had been given for the 2 in the 1-2, but it was actually Taylor breaking towards the byline who went down as he tried to go past his man.
Okay, Josh Barrett is stood over this. It's just 2 or 3 yards back from the byline. A raft of bodies in the penalty area. Barrett sends it in. It's a glancing header away. Follow-up shot from Hargreaves is low, powerful and wide. 62 minutes gone. Aldershot Town 1, Eastleigh 3.
Yeah, he had to take a bit of a snapshot to Cameron Hargreaves. A little bit of space, but then he was very quickly being closed down. Couldn't hit the target, but certainly the Shots trying to lift it. And boy, did they need that goal so soon after going 3 down. Otherwise, this game was in danger of slipping away from them.
62.5 minutes gone. 3-1 to Eastleigh. McCallum possibly hands on there, nothing given. Referee's let a little bit of contact go, and I think we like to see that. Here's Aaron Blair getting onto a ball. I tell you what, I've not seen a striker play on the shoulder of the last man so effectively for quite a while. It's the same type of game that Jack Barham plays that Aaron Blair has. He's profited with that goal in the first half, and he's also managed to stay onside 3 or 4 times in this game brilliantly. He's timed his runs superbly and he's immediately been through. Here's a ball lifted forward by Barrett, flicked on by Kwame Thomas. Archie Taylor hooks it back in. Eastleigh should head that one away. Meerholtz will get onto it first, sends it back to Ryan Hill. Hill thinks about a cross into the area. Now he's attacking the edge of the area. Shifting to his right, squares it to Claridge. Claridge one touch, he'll have a shot. It's always rising. He doesn't mind a shot, does James Claridge, but he's disappointed with himself because the minute it left his foot, we could all see, Steve, that it was going to go high.
Yeah, it was a nice idea. The one in the first half at the other end was low and hard. That one, as you say, always rising. Not his best, but Eastleigh are about to pick up another yellow card. I think it's Luis Fernandez for delay of game, and Nick Townsend is still waiting to take this goal kick, but yeah, Fernandez was his partner in crime there in delaying the restart.
I think it was fair to say that pretty much everybody thought we had an awful referee on Saturday. He's now shown 5 yellows, Jason Richards, but I think largely he's had a pretty good game. I feel like he's in command, but without necessarily wanting to be the centre of attention. Is Blair breaking the lines and the offside trap again. Now he plays it inside, gets his shot away, but it's quite weak. But you can see the threat that he's got, and he and Eastleigh have played it well this evening. Elsewhere, still 1-1 Bournemouth and Braintree. Forest Green 2-0. Here's Gandor. He's just been beaten by Fernandez. Oh, Barrett's got it. Shot! Oh, straight at the keeper. Struck it really well. Again, he brought it down off his chest, I think. And he hit it powerfully, but straight at Nick Townsend. 3 efforts in 3 minutes for the Shots.
Yeah, the Shots are starting to try and lift things. Good play. Physical presence of both Gandor and Thomas, giving this Eastleigh defence something more to think about. And then Barrett took the ball on his chest and smashed a volley straight at Townsend in one fluid movement. Anywhere either side of the keeper, and I think he'd have been struggling.
It's 0-0 between Southend and York. A bit of an early season top of the table clash there. Yeovil 1-0 up against Brackley, Rochdale 2-0 up against Gateshead, Forest Green 2-0 up against Sutton, Borehamwood 1, Braintree 1. And so there's not a single team at home losing apart from the shots. Here's Archie Taylor, strong run inside, finds Hill, goes back, has to go back to him, and now Hargreaves sends it out to the right hand side to Taylor, who's got an overlapping run from Hill. He's got the Eastleigh number 24 Cousins in the back of him. Good play from Aldershot to keep it, but can they get a bit of thrust about it? Can they create a chance? Here's Tetek, holds it, plays it out wide to Claridge. Claridge bending ball into the box, claimed by Nick Townsend, and he goes for the early ball. It could be 2-on-2. Blair and Meerholtz one side. Meerholtz wins it in the air. McCallum and Nightingale in the middle. Ball's played out, but Lundstrom squares his header to Angel Waruai, who cleverly plays it out to Archie Harris on the left hand side, back inside to Waruai, inside to Cousins, who gives the ball back to Waruai. Another substitute is being prepared, because I can see the fourth official's got his board lit up with something. Eastleigh on the attack. Ball up to the feet of McCallum, turns it round the corner. Archie Taylor is into the penalty area, squares it across. McCallum shoots, and it's brilliantly saved by Dewhurst. I think McCallum just felt he had to knock it over the line, but Dewhurst saved it brilliantly. And Aldershot, who are hanging on in this game a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah,
but
far too easy for Harris to breeze past two Aldershot Town defenders. He kept running. The Aldershot Town defenders weren't tracking him. And then whether it was Dewhurst or Meerholtz on the line making the stop, yeah, I think McCallum thought that was his goal.
Yeah, definitely Dewhurst. He got down low to his left, he reacted really quickly. But here is the throw to Eastleigh, which might as well be a corner, and it comes. Dewhurst jumps, catches it cleanly. He could go early, but it'll be Gandor against two defenders. Eastleigh are not stupid. They're 3-1 up, but they're not going to go gung-ho pushing for that fourth. They've signed a player today. He's 18 years old and he's about to make his debut. More info to follow on that when it happens. He's currently got an arm round him and a guiding word from his manager. It will be a very happy manager, a very relieved manager. Here's Archie Taylor onto a ball running forward, clips it towards Gandor. He takes the ball down towards the byline, tries to get his cross in. It's cleared away cleverly by Fernandez, who puts it out for a throw rather than a corner. We've got 22 minutes left, and the point I'm going to make is if and as soon as Aldershot can get a second goal, we could have a grandstand finish. Here's Taylor with the ball into the box, headed up in the air and away by Eastleigh. Follow up is a shot by Hargreaves, but he gets a bit of backspin on it and it doesn't go far. Meerholtz chasing the ball. He's chased himself by Blair and forced to poke the ball into touch on halfway. Shots 1, Eastleigh 3, and Eastleigh are going to make that substitution, and it is going to be a debut for the number 14, Xavier Messiah Edwards. The Messiah is here, Steve.
Yeah, he's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. But yeah, he's coming on for Aaron Blair, who's run his heart out this evening, done really well in attack alongside Paul McCallum. Arrives from Watford, Messiah Edwards, with a really good reputation for cameo substitute appearances in the Championship at the end of last season. Highly rated in the Vicarage Road Academy. Can he seal the victory for the Spitfires this evening?
Shots 1, Eastleigh 3, free kick to Eastleigh on halfway. Jordan Cousins fouled. Somehow, some way, Aldershot Town, with the players that are on the pitch now or that come on, have got to create enough chaos, and they've absolutely got to make sure that they don't concede again. 9 goals now in the 3 games they've taken part in the National League. Here's a ball forward straight through to Dewhurst, and Aldershot have made those changes and they've just lost their shape a little bit. Did create those 3 quick chances. There's a good header forward, and Nightingale can't get there in front of McCallum, who knocks it in the air. Then Nightingale pounces on the loose ball, feeds Tetek to Taylor. Taylor forward looking for Barrett. Downward header from Fernandez. He's had another quietly impressive game for me today. Just cushions his header to another Eastleigh player. They're building an attack on the left. Waruai's got hands on Archie Taylor, who's straight in at the level, bearing in mind he's kind of stepping up from Hampton and Richmond. He came with a good report, really. Bournemouth 2-1 up now against Braintree. There's a ball forward, headed down, and then free kick, is it, given?
Yeah, Kwame Thomas leapt a little bit early, and in the end it was all a bit clumsy in fouling Pierre, who has stayed down. I think maybe a trailing, flailing arm from Thomas caught Pierre in the face.
Devante Rodney's got what I think is his first goal of the season. It's definitely not Manny Diaz or Rouve's, but Rochdale are 3-0 up against Gateshead. And Forest Green are now 4-0 up against Sutton United, which is a bit of an eye-catching scoreline to say the least. McAllister, Moore, Taylor and Whitwell amongst the scorers there. Ball's going behind the goal away to our left now. It will be a goal kick to the Shots, who've scored in every game and conceded 3 in every game, and consequently don't have a point to their total yet. And if they don't score another goal soon, the chances of getting one tonight is rapidly decreasing. I think they will. Probably most frustratingly for the Shots, it'll probably be just the one.
Yeah.
Here's Claridge playing the ball forward. That's a bit aimless, to be honest, and it's picked out of the air very easily by Pierre, and Eastleigh have won it. Played it up to McCallum, turned it nicely inside. Claridge stumbles a little bit into the back of Waruai, or Angel as he's got on his shirt. For what it's worth, I thought that was a foul, but it wasn't given. As much as he stumbled a bit, he took the player who was in possession of the ball out. So for me, it's a free kick every day of the week. Here's Tetek playing the ball on to Barrett. Barrett to Gandor in the inside right channel, sends it inside. Oh, it's behind Thomas and no one is coming in behind him.
It just took a little deflection, otherwise I think it was perfect for Kwame Thomas. Just deflected off an Eastleigh heel and that took it behind.
Here's Taylor, ball round the corner to Gandor. Taylor's picked it up, he's on into the penalty. Oh, he's checked on the edge of the penalty. Is that inside or out? It's another penalty to Aldershot. Referee well positioned. That was just a foot or so right on the corner of the penalty area, but I would say inside, and I do think it's a penalty this time. Steve, quick verdict from you.
It was definitely a foul. Really good driving run from Archie Taylor, such good ambition, and he deserves his reward. It looks like it's Ryan Hill who's going to take it again. Eastleigh protesting that it was outside the box. For me, it's on the line, and that's inside.
Yeah, it was. We're always honest with our opinions. We both thought the first one probably wasn't a penalty. That one was a foul, and it was on the line or just inside it. Good running from Archie Taylor again. Now, interestingly, Ryan Hill is going to take this penalty again. He's a confident lad. He's tucked one away. Tristan Knowles is waiting to come on, by the way, again. In the 74th minute, Shots 1, Eastleigh 3. Ryan Hill steps up again and scores again. And for the third time this season, the scoreline is Aldershot Town 2, Opposition 3. The only difference, Steve, this time the Shots have still got 16 minutes plus added time to get something out of it.
Yeah, another grandstand finish at the Ebb Stadium. Another excellent penalty from Ryan Hill. Went more down the middle this time than the left-hand side with his first penalty, but both times he sent Townsend the wrong way. Now we have a game. Aldershot Town, as you say, boy do they like a hill to climb, but at the moment they're scaling Mount Everest.
Tristan Knowles waits to come on. Tristan Knowles? Who's Tristan Knowles?
I don't know, you've said that twice.
I don't even know who Tristan Knowles is.
It's Tristan Abrahams.
Yeah, Tristan Abrahams. Barrett coming off. He's definitely not injured. That's an interesting decision, but I think, like they finished on Saturday, Tommy Widrington wants Abrahams, Gandor and Thomas all out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It signals Aldershot Town's intent now. No finesse, no subtlety. Launch it and see what happens. Put it in the mixer and hope that you can get an equaliser from it.
Yeah, confirmation of the attendance given a little while ago, by the way. 2,352 with 319 Eastleigh fans in. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, it hasn't been the best start of the season for the Spitfires, but I would have thought they might have brought more than 300 to, Hampshire and at midway. But it might be symptomatic of the feeling at the club at the moment before tonight. Although those that haven't travelled might well be watching on DAZN or listening to this commentary, so they've still got to enjoy their side's 3 goals. Paul McCallum's yet to open his account. Here is Tristan Abrahams on the ball, and to be honest, 3 or 4 players have touched it since. We had a weird passage of play there where it's transferred a couple of times. Dewhurst plays it through the middle and Fernandez wins it like Fernandez does, but it's been picked up now by Tetek. Tetek to Archie Taylor. Taylor inside to Gandor, touches it for Tetek. Tetek slides it back to Taylor. Taylor carries on his run. This time he's going to run out of play, and the referee again correctly spots that Taylor, who went down holding Archie Harris's arm, and he actually caused the foul. But the Shots fans in the North Stand appreciating the impact here of Archie Taylor, who's come on and got straight to the level. As he did on Saturday, he came on and assisted. Tonight he's come on and kind of assisted. Don't think you get them, do you, for winning penalties? But for me, that's an exact example of when you should get an assist.
Yeah,
but,
no, he's been absolutely fantastic. Really good, positive impact. Showing why Tommy Widrington was convinced that he was able to make the step up from Hampton and Richmond.
Aldershot have the ball just inside the Dagenham half with a double goal scorer. A brace tonight for Ryan Hill, both from the penalty spot. By the way, in terms of exact description for our online listeners, what a leap that is, by the way. A tremendous leap from Aaron Pierre, and Eastleigh on the counter-attack. Strong challenge from Claridge, who plays it off of Waruai into touch, throw in to the Shots. Hill went the same way, the keeper went the wrong way again, and Hill just drilled it a bit lower this time, but it was not too far off a repeat of the first penalty.
No, absolutely, and it is when it's the second penalty and you've got the 2 same players, it is will they stick, will they twist, will the goalkeeper think, oh well, he's going to go the same way, or is it a double bluff where he goes the wrong way? But yeah, calm, composed, vital penalties from Ryan Hill, and yeah, Aldershot Town once again doing it the hard way, but giving themselves a chance of snatching their first point of the season.
I don't want to say it because they haven't got it yet, but were they to get it, I would be asking you 100% the question, does that draw feel like a win? I almost have called it as that. They are losing 3-2 Aldershot, and there's a yellow card to the player going off, which is Awika, who is absolutely furious with the 4th official, who says, how am I supposed to know I was coming off when you haven't put the number up? But maybe, or you put the wrong number up possibly. But either way,
he's talking himself into a second yellow.
He's got to be careful, Awika. I don't know what's going on. He's waiting to come. He's had treatment, has he? And he's got to wait to come on. I beg your pardon, I got that all wrong. Here's Tetek playing it down the right to Archie Taylor. Taylor back to Claridge. Claridge switches the play out to the left, looking for Abrahams. Takes it down on his chest. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Advances, tries a shot. Oh, it's just wide, and 1 or 2 people here in the North Stand saw the net ripple and thought it had gone in. Lovely ball from Claridge. Good control from Abrahams. And now the Eastleigh goalkeeper's down, and Iwika comes back on, and I think we've got a strategic timeout for Eastleigh. 79 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah, the side net bulged, Steve, and for a moment we wondered.
We did, we hoped, but no, I think the angle was prohibitive. Really good play from Tristan Abrahams. Take the ball on his chest, he had to take it off balance, brought it down well, and you could see his only instinct was to have a shot, but it would have taken something to beat Townsend at his near post. and in the end the ball struck the outside of the net rather than the back of it. But the shots are steadily lifting it, and Eastleigh will know that they'll be backs to the wall for the last 10 minutes.
It's unquestionably for me a strategic timeout, this one. I'm just going to come out and say it. It's I was kind of looking at the bench a minute ago, and then the keeper Nick Townsend has gone down, and I think it's really good what they've done with the multi-ball system to try and stop time wasting, although there is potential for chaos to ensue with more than one ball coming on the pitch. But I think this is a modern day problem, and I've got no complaints, by the way, Eastleigh fans. He's absolutely fine, Nick Townsend. It's exactly what it was. I think everybody in the stadium knows what's going on, but it's a difficult one to prove, isn't it? And it's quite an effective way, and all teams do it, that's for sure. So I'm not really complaining about the fact that Eastleigh have done it, just the fact that it's an annoying part of the game, because we've got an end-to-end game, loads of goals, 5 again. Hargreaves is caught, but Aldershot have got the ball anyway. Hill continues his run up against his man Brindley. He's into the left edge of the penalty, sends in the cross, deflection on it, behind for a corner to the shots. We've got 8.5 minutes left, and hold on tight, listeners and viewers. Tommy said it would be a bumpy ride. He wasn't wrong. And nobody enjoys losing, but I'm thoroughly enjoying the entertainment and the goals. Here's a flick on, and it'll go into a little pocket of space vacated by almost everybody. Archie Taylor can't get there. Angel Waruai can. He's dribbling towards Knowles, plays the ball forward to the substitute, Messiah Edwards. He's been dispossessed by Taylor. Edwards fights back, not by Taylor, I beg by Claridge. Here's Gandor getting onto the ball. Is he brought down? Is that a foul? Referee says no, play on. Chaos at both ends. Now the ball over the top from Eastleigh is going to run out of play, is it? It is. Goal kick at the other end. And from Aldershot Town's point of view, they'd like as much of the ball in play as possible in the last 7.5 minutes. And Eastleigh's, if they get the opportunity to stop it, to slow it down, they will, and nobody can blame them. But been thoroughly well entertained again, and I know that's a line that's going to be annoying some Shots fans who'd rather that they eked out a 0-0 or a 1-0. Here's Meerholtz down the left, ball inside to Abrahams, stands on it initially, gives it back to Hill, floats across in, that's headed away. Good header because it finds an Eastleigh player, played up to McCallum, he flicks it on round the corner. It's being held up by the substitute who wins the foul, does really well there to hold it up. Messiah Edwards. Why, by the way, did you call him a naughty boy? I didn't get that reference. Am I missing something really obvious?
It's a Monty Python quote from The Life of Brian. He's not a messiah, he's a very naughty boy.
Okay. You've probably got to be over the age of 50, 55 at least to get that one. I am over that age, but I obviously didn't or wasn't allowed to watch Monty Python when I was a child. Anyway, we move on. Shots 2, Eastleigh 3. And we've got 6.25 minutes left. Hargreaves does well. He just plays the ball off of the Eastleigh player there, Lundstrom, I think it was, and Aldershot win the throw. They go back through Claridge to Will Nightingale. Aldershot know this script. You're 3-2 down with a few minutes left. They haven't been quite able to give it a different ending yet. Might they be able to now? Ryan Hill's chasing this. I don't think he's going to get there. He's just checked to make sure he can't get there, and the ball's gone out of play. Is it a throw or is it a goal kick? I think it's a throw, isn't it? Yeah, in the right back position. Brindley, I think, is there to take it.
Yeah, he's winding up for the throw in, past beyond the corner flag. I thought it had gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's not Brindley, because Brindley's waiting to get on the end of the throw. Eastleigh will take as long as they possibly can with a throw. Who can blame them? 5.5 minutes left. It's up to Hill. He's trapped it. He's got it down. Played it into Gandor. The ball's spun loose to Hargreaves. Hargreaves to Taylor, who could go against his man. He plays it to Tetek, who's onside, just outside the penalty. A little shift, shot, and spill. Followed up. No foul. No penalty this time. Aldershot aren't going to get a third one. The shot was on target. A lovely show and go from Tetek. Shot on target. 85th minute, but still Shots 2, Eastleigh 3.
Yeah, really good play from Dan, but telegraphed the shot, hit it straight at Townsend. He wanted to go to the near post or to the far post, but low and hard into the corner. then the shots would be level.
That's a push in the back of Hargreaves as he done all that willing running for the team. Scores again after Aldershot have given it away. Throw in won't be given, of course. Free kick will now. It's taken quickly and sent back to Hargreaves. Who's got something left? Who's got a moment left in them? Aldershot finishing the game with Abrahams, Gandor and Thomas all up top. That ball's going to run out of play and it'll be a throw into Eastleigh, and they'll probably waste another 15-20 seconds, whatever they can eke out of this, as we creep towards the 86-minute mark. I've got this funny feeling, Steve, that we're not going to get as many added minutes in the second half as we did in the first. Kieran Evans is waiting to come on for Eastleigh. He's one of the two changes tonight that dropped out of the team from Saturday. The other one is Louis Holtzman. And Kieran Davies is going to come on now, and he's going to come on for Angel Waruai.
Number 18, Angel Waruai. He's been replaced by number 7.
Must get pronounced so many different ways. We checked with the Eastleigh media team to get our Waruai on that one. His night is done. Tremendously skillful player, actually. Really good close control. He's played well tonight. He's bundle of energy as well.
I think he's added some drive, some legs to that Eastleigh midfield
really
that was missing against Gateshead on Saturday.
Kwame Thomas jumps, he can't get there. It's hooked clear by Uwikwa. Up to McCallum, tends it round the corner. Claridge is well positioned, he's got there, but he won't get a second chance. The ball's in touch, throw in to Eastleigh. Needs to be very careful, Claridge, there, that he's not considered to be throwing the ball away. I think the referee uses his common sense and thinks, well, why would an Aldershot Town player waste time? I think he's thrown it towards the player he thought most likely to take it, Richard Brindley, who eventually says, oh, go on then, I'll pick it up. Might bounce it a couple of times. And then I'll get on with it. 87.5 minutes gone. Shots 2, Eastleigh 3. Have the shots got something in them that allows them to come up with a different script this time? Ryan Hill's fouled there. Takes his free kick immediately, about a nanosecond after he was fouled. Sends it out to the right. Archie Taylor's got it. Taylor will work the ball inside to Claridge. And Claridge, a slight lack of options, brings in Will Nightingale. Nightingale shifts it out to the left to Meerholtz. All three strikers patrolling the final back line. In it comes towards Thomas. He gets up, he gets his header across. Abrahams looks to bring it down. He claims handball, it's not given, it's cleared forward. Aldershot are going to have to get a stonewaller if they're going to get a third penalty of the evening, Steve. The young substitute Messiah Edwards wins another free kick. Ryan Hill has battled hard for the cause. He's tucked away a couple of penalties. He's been given the man of the match. At the end of the game you'll get Steve Gibbs, BBC Surrey man of the match, which may or may not concur with that decision. Steve's his own man, but no question in the aplomb with which Ryan Hill stuck those two penalties away. Free kick played forward. McCallum heads it down. A little backheel back into his path, and then a good tackle, and then a block. Oh, and McCallum's gone in late there on Dewhurst. I think he was trying to get the ball, in all honesty, but he has caught him, and the referee has shown a red card, straight red card to Paul McCallum. And Dewhurst is now up to his feet. McCallum has got a bit to say in there, but I think it's red card, Steve. I couldn't quite see the colour.
There was a cheer from the East Bank, and Marcus Dewhurst is having to be wrestled away. Very, very aggrieved.
The ball was there for McCallum to try and follow up and score, and we can't see too clearly how late or how firmly he went through, but McCallum's walking towards the edge of the pitch with his arms out wide, and Kwame Thomas is having a word with him and pointing to his eyes to say what the referee's seen. Well, McCallum's off against one of his former clubs, and the game's ending in a little bit of chaos. Not the greatest of nights for McCallum. He's not scored against the shots, which is unusual. Well, Steve, we're going to have 9 added minutes. My goodness me, nobody, I'm telling you, nobody is walking out of this stadium this evening and not being entertained, to quote that Gladiators line again. But Aldershot Town are still without a point. They've scored 6 goals in 3 games, but they've conceded 9. And they trail 3-2. Can they change the script? Hadi Gandor can't get onto that. It's cleared away by Eastleigh. Mia Holtz is onto it. He finds Hargreaves. Aldershot permitted to show a little bit of composure in their build-up. Ball forward. One in the air by an Eastleigh defender. Headed away again by another one. Picked up now by Archie Taylor. Taylor plays it back to Claridge. Claridge to Taylor. Plays it out wide to Hill. Hill tries a cross into the air. He doesn't quite get that right. It's one in the air by Eastleigh. Cleared forward by Harris, only as far as Claridge. He finds Tetek. Tetek squares it to Hargreaves. Hargreaves back now to Tetek. 3 or 4 bodies in the middle, but they've got to deliver it. Ball into the feet of Gandor. Holds it up. He's got an on-rushing player going past him. It's won by the number 24, Jordan Cousins. Cleared into touch. Throw in to the Shots. They can't get the ball back quick enough. Claridge sends it to Tetek. Tetek back to Claridge. Will he try the cross? He will. In it comes. Off a glancing head of an Eastleigh player. Into the path of Claridge. Claridge has got Meerholz out to the left of him. We are coming towards the end of the second added minute. Hargreaves sends it forward. Taken down by Abrahams. Inside the penalty area. Down by the touchline. He goes backwards to Hargreaves. Hargreaves now inside to Hill. Hill clips a ball in. That's going to be headed away by Eastleigh again. And I have to say, nobody has headed the ball away more than Aaron Pierre, who's also headed one in the Aldershot Town goal tonight. Ball there to Kwame Thomas, holds it up on the edge of the area. Eastleigh have just got it. Now they're giving it back to Gandor. Archie Taylor's gone past his man. He's getting to the byline, drives it across, comes off of the number 24, Cousins. Corner to the Shots. 92.5 minutes gone, 6.5 added minutes left. Can the Shots get back level this time?
You wouldn't put it past them. They do it the hard way. But
going to make another substitution soon as well, and I can't quite see who it is, but we'll come back to that. The corner's coming. Oh, and Eastleigh might have a counter-attack here. All the way from halfway, the number 14, he checks back. Aldershot have got players back now. He's still carrying the ball, Messiah Edwards. And Aldershot had 7 players back in the end. 7 players, Steve, eventually surrounding him. No Eastleigh players joined him. Tetek sends it forward out to the left. That's too strong. Townsend will get there. Townsend will let it run behind. It'll be a goal kick to Eastleigh. Terrific bit of play on the counter from Messiah Edwards. We're going to get another substitution. Kiban Rai is going to come on, and going off is Jed Meerholz. And Aldershot are just literally forget formations, forget who's playing where. Aldershot are just going to get the ball, play it forward as many times as they can, and try and get another chance or two in the remaining 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Steve Gibbs.
Yeah, I've just seen belatedly a replay of the McCallum sending off. I think he was entitled to go for it.
Yeah, I said that in commentary.
Yeah, I think yes, he slid in on Dewhurst, and maybe he did make a little bit of contact, but I'm not sure that it was worth a red card. And absolutely, yeah, it's basically Claridge and Nightingale at the back, and everyone else just pushed forward. Shots going for broke, but will it be too little too late?
Throw into Eastleigh. Archie Harris is going to take it. Is there a grandstand finish? Is there another moment in this game for Aldershot Town? Eastleigh have touched it into touch. Throw in 2 Shots. Claridge will take. It's all hands on deck for both teams, isn't it? Aldershot just want to get it into that penalty area again. Nightingale sends it forward, and Kwame Thomas can't win it, but Eastleigh do once, then twice, but only it's going to come back again. They found Hargreaves. Hargreaves has found Hill. Hill sends the cross in. Tristan Abrahams with a header. Just crept past the left-hand post of Nick Townsend, just wide. Abrahams, who's come close twice now, he's hit the side netting on one side of the goal, and he's brushed one past the other side of the goal. It's ended Yeovil 2, Brackley 1. We'll tidy up the other games afterwards. Meerholz has completed his lap around the pitch. He's given everything to the cause. 95 minutes gone and 14 seconds. Steve Gibbs.
Yeah, a little bit of a stretch from Tristan Abrahams from that distance. A decent cross from Ryan Hill, but always asking a lot of Abrahams to guide her to get the direction and the power on a header from that distance. In the end, all too comfortable for Eastleigh, and there with their physical defenders, they're set up to repel this sort of barrage.
Claridge with the ball in, it's cleared away by Eastleigh, and it's Iweka or Iwekwa, or however you say it. Been trying all evening. Claridge sends the ball back in, it's knocked down by Thomas, but it'll be cleared away, and it's literally just boot it as far as you can stuff here from Eastleigh, and who can blame them? John Moore, the Woking supporter who said Aldershot should have had a penalty on half time, agrees with Steve, never a red, keeper made a meal of it. Ball into the area, bounces all the way through to Nick Townsend. The right idea from Claridge, I think, but shots have got to get a player on the end of it. We've got less than 3 minutes now of the added time. Given that 9 have been added, you'd expect it to go closer to 10, wouldn't you? But my goodness me, can the shots get it forward and create one last chance? Thomas can't get there. Richard Brindley does. He clears it out to the right hand side. It won't find touch. Hargreaves has won it. Hargreaves plays it down the line, but it's picked up by Ryan Hill. He's going to send in a cross, is he? No, he's waiting now. He sends the cross in, headed away again by Pierre, volleyed away by Brindley. He can only find Kiban Rai. Rai's going to send the ball in. Kwame Thomas tries to get something on it. It's half cleared, and it drops to the feet of an Eastleigh player. So again, they can't get it in the net. Claridge has got it. Claridge is going to send the ball in again. Kwame Thomas jumps. He jumps early. He can't get on the ball. It's gone behind the goal. It's a goal kick to Eastleigh, and they've got just over 90 seconds of the minimum of 9 added to hold on. Going to be a quick roundup at the end of this one tonight, listeners. We're running late. Steve will be getting some post-match from the Aldershot management team at least, but the story isn't quite over. 1 minute 20 seconds plus any other time the referee adds on. Aldershot Town 2, Eastleigh 3. Throw into Aldershot. Claridge will take. Nightingale inside to Dewhurst. Down the left side, good header on from Kwame Thomas into the path of Kiban Rai. He sends the ball in, a flick on, missed by a couple of people. Taylor squares it, Tetek shoots, that's blocked. Claridge has got it, sends it out left to Ryan Hill. It's like the Alamo. That's exactly what it's like. That's the word, that's the description. Claridge into Tetek. Tetek into the penalty area. Shifts it onto his left foot. Squares it again. Ryan Hill tries a shot. That's body on the line. Louis Fernandez diverted up in the air. Behind for another corner. Dewhurst is going up now. Come on, Marcus, do your thing.
Yeah, 2 brilliant blocks from Eastleigh, from Evans and then from Fernandez. The shots throwing everything they can.
Does the referee fancy getting on the end of it as well? In it comes from Tetek. Header is over the bar from Nightingale, well over the bar. And a goal kick to Eastleigh it is. And they are closing in on their first points of the season. Aldershot, by the looks of it, are going to have to wait even longer. Incredibly, they're going to start the 2025-26 season with 3 consecutive 3-2 defeats, unless in the remaining seconds they can score another goal, or if Eastleigh can score another goal. Here's the goal kick played forward. The referee puts his whistle to his lips. Eastleigh cheer their first win of the season. The shots go down again, not without a fight. They never go down without a fight, but they have gone down again. 3-2 to Eastleigh. Ryan Hill with both goals for the shots from the penalty spot, and they'll go again on Saturday away at Solihull Moors, and then back here on Bank Holiday Monday against Morecambe. And the search for those first points of the season will go on. Steve Gibbs.
Yeah, it's a similar story. Not just the scoreline, but the the pattern of the game, the stories of the game, the emotions of the game, feeling hard done by, being the authors of your own downfall, showing admirable spirit and fight to come back and make a game of it, but ultimately giving yourself too much of a hill to climb. And in the end it was another hill, Ryan, who tried to get the shots back into the game, but it was too little and it was too late, and Eastleigh, from nothing, from a very low point of their own, and now come here and they've won a Hampshire derby and they've kick-started their own season, maybe even saved Kelvin Davis's job, but through being strong and organised, they've done enough. Yes, they were gifted to an extent by Aldershot Town, and maybe they should have been behind in the early stages, but in the end Aldershot Town gave themselves too much to do. Yes, admirable spirit, but you can't keep giving yourself a mountain to climb and putting yourself behind the 8 ball before you start playing.
Absolutely right. Man of the match for you, Steve? Do you want a minute to think about it while I wrap up the other scores? Let me just do that quickly, and then you can come back. There's one particular fan, you might have heard him on the sound effects, that's just launched an absolute tirade talking about things being rubbish. I'm afraid that person needs to go and get some anger management help. I mean, yes, it's frustrating that the team loses, but you cannot complain at that level of effort from those 11 or 16 human beings who've given everything. You have to understand that they've got a whole starting lineup of centre-backs not available to them. They've got young players trying to keep the ball out of the net while they're learning the game. It's just not that easy. Going forward, Aldershot look excellent, but they're conceding a number of goals, and I think it's perfectly understandable. Bournemouth 2, Braintree 1, Forest Green 4, Sutton 0, Rochdale 4, Gateshead 0, Southend 0, York 0. Yawn. It could be worse. You could have been at that game tonight, right? Yeovil 2, Brackley 1, and here, of course, at the EBB, Aldershot Town 2, Eastleigh 3. And Steve Gibbs, your Aldershot Town man of the match is?
I still haven't made the decision. Ryan Hill.
Ryan
Hill. I think 2 penalties, but also a really good, strong performance as well.
Yeah, I don't think anybody stood out any better than him.
James Claridge was good. Tetek was really good.
Very good. Tetek and Claridge, I'd agree. I think they're the two to mention in dispatches. But unfortunately, it is defeat again for the Shots. We've been thoroughly entertained, but the 3 points are going to the other end of Hampshire. Final score this evening at the EBB, Aldershot Town 2, Eastleigh 3. And we'll speak to you again, hopefully from Damson Park, from Solihull Moors on Saturday.